ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League 2022-2023 powered by FanCode. A fascinating contest about to begin. It's International Warriors taking on Emirates NBD Cricket Club in match number 8 of the tournament. Well, we have no time to lose. Let's head to Abdur Rahman Tariq in the middle for the toss.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the SkyExchange.net presents ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League powered by FanCode. We're here for match number 7, and it's two new faces, two new clubs playing here. It's the Emirates NBD Cricket Club and the International Cricket Warriors. We've got Mr. Iftikhar Ali, the match referee, here as well. Let's go ahead with the toss.
Had it is Q1.
So the Emirates NBD Cricket Club has won the toss. What will you guys be doing today?
We would be doing the bowling first. Wicket looked dry, and most probably there would be a dew later on, so we would go for the bowling first.
So this is a brand new level of tournament for you guys. I don't think you've played a lot of broadcast cricket. A bit nervous?
No, not a bit nervous. We have to use to play with ICC, rules and regulations, so it would be not that hard for us to start.
Do you guys play a lot of your cricket here in the ICC
We
Academy?
won like 2-3 tournaments here with ICC, so we are like quite, good to play here with these conditions.
I wish you all the best. Shayan, what would you have done had you won the toss?
Yeah, we would have bowled first as well, considering the dew in the second innings. But anyways, it's not in our control, so we'll try to post a decent score and then try to restrict them.
Have you guys been following the games here? Have you been seeing what the teams are doing, the conditions?
Yes, we have been, and a few of our players play here regularly on ICC Academy. So it's like a home for us, home ground for us.
Well, I wish you all the best. Do well.
Thank you so much.
Well, there you have it. News from the centre is the Emirates NBD Cricket Club has won the toss and elected to field first. Back to you guys in the comms.
Right then, thank you very much, Abdur Rahman. News from the centre is that Emirates NBD have won the toss and elected to bowl first. Should be a very fascinating encounter. Once again, a very greenish track. And joining me in the comm box to open up this encounter, it's going to be our man from Ceylon, Mr. Samir Yunus. Good evening, sir.
Good evening to you. Good evening to all our viewers who have just joined in, bringing you some Sri Lankan flavor from the comm box for the first time, I assume. But it is quite an exciting evening, isn't it? There's a lot of cricket that has happened and a lot of cricket that is going to happen, and we're here to bring you all of that action, ball by ball, and take you through this awesome, exciting action that is coming your way, thanks to the wonderful production team that we have here for this ICC Arabian Cricket League.
Well, Samir, I'm still not over that unbelievable match between the arch rivals, India and Pakistan, and of course, your Sri Lankan Lions roaring against the Irish. But meanwhile, we're here for some night cricket here in the UAE at the HQ of cricket itself, the ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League. Just waiting for everybody to get in position. So it's the International Cricket Warriors who will be batting first. Of course, that new ball will hoop around a touch. It will cause some havoc, but after you ride that early phase, it becomes a true batting track. Just yesterday, we saw 240 plus chase down in the early afternoon. So looking forward to this contest.
There's always something special about bowling under lights. That white ball tends to move more than usual under lights. And as a batter, sometimes you have to make that adjustment. Watch out for that wayward movement. It depends a lot on the conditions as well, obviously. The amount of moisture sometimes that remains in the air. It's getting cooler here now in Dubai. You must have noticed on your way here. Much nicer breeze compared to a few weeks ago. But like you said, it's going to be exciting.
Well, we have some Sri Lankan flavor at the crease as well. Taranga Jayasinghe on strike. facing Mohammad Yasir. Here we go. And immediately drilled straight to cover point. Trying to pitch the ball up. That's the right idea here, Samir.
We do know of a left-handed Taranga who used to drive very nicely. Here we have a right-handed Jaya Singh
Absolutely loved
Taranga.
Upul Taranga. What a player he was. Elegance. He made the game look easy. Meanwhile, Taranga Jaya Singh a bit of a basher, isn't he? But Mohammad Yasir, he's got the right idea in mind. Get that new ball to hoop around under lights. On the leg side.
Talking about hooping, that took some movement down the leg side. Wide called by the umpire.
Yeah, just straying in his length. Two umpires in the middle are Fazal Patel and Syed Zargham Abbas, very experienced regulars here at the ICCA. Trying to glide that. Chance for run out here. Oh, a direct hit would have had him there, Samir.
Yeah, a bit of a risk early on. That ball curling into the right-hander. Just guided that to the fielder at short third. Didn't expect the ball to go to the fielder so soon. A quick run nevertheless. So the International Warriors get those 2 runs on the board. One with a wide and one with a risky single.
Yeah, they set off immediately. That was the positive thing. But they didn't get it to the left of that fielder. Could have been curtains very early for Hasib Lashari. There will be butterflies in the stomach. This is their first match for both sides. Of course, it's a very long tournament. We have 16 teams and 2 pools, 59 matches altogether. Struck on the pad, big appeal. But umpire Patel is not convinced. That was mighty close.
I'll tell you what, I'm loving this movement the bowler is generating. Mohammad Yasir is not expressed, but he's got that nice shape into the right-hander and always makes the batter an LBW candidate. Look at that. Ooh, that was going up. That's probably what saved the batter.
Yeah, height. Absolutely spot on, Samir. He reminds me of another countryman of yours who terrorized Pakistan, Nuwan Kulasekara. Especially in T20. Goodness me, what a swing bowler he was. Upish, over cover point. It's a big square out there on the offside. And they'll rein it in. Not quite out of the middle, but they'll scamper for 3. Excellent running.
Yeah, that's the risk you have, don't you? When you don't have that express pace and you rely on that swing and movement, the moment you get it wrong, the margin for error is very small. And that time, Mohammad Yasir spraying onto the offside, Hasib slashed it at that and were able to cross over for 3 runs, which brings Taranga Jayasinghe back on strike. So it's been a decent start for International Warriors.
Yeah, looking to be positive. This time he goes downtown. Not the sweetest of connections, but it will run away down the slope for the first boundary of the night.
Yeah, much more convincing this time. Taranga Jayasinghe waiting for that ball to come into him and taking the aerial route. He knows there's no fielder down there, so a smart option to take. Mid-off is up in the circle. Remember, we're in the power play, so only 2 fielders are allowed outside the circle. So a smart option to take there by Taranga. And he gets his due reward for that with a boundary.
A confident shot playing through the line. Yasir under the cosh. This time over mid-on. And in fact, it's gone all the way for a maximum.
Again, the risk you possess when you don't have pace and you rely on swing, the batter can just hit through the line and do that to you. Nicely hit on the leg side. Some call it the cow corner, but in more general terms, that's deep mid-wicket. So 6 to end the over, 15 for none.
So it's going to be Mohammad Ismail steaming in from the academy end. The international warriors. Strong start, strong debut so far in the Arabian Cricket League. There's a deep fine leg for Ismail, and of course that deep third, orthodox fast man's field. Left arm Seema, quick single. Nicely done. Good communication between the pair.
Yeah, they seem to have got a good understanding between the two of them. Left armer Mohammad Ismail, always exciting, aren't they, left armers? They can bring that ball back into the right hander, always makes the batter a candidate for that LBW. Be very watchful with your footwork early on. We'd have to be careful here because, as you said, just as we speak, the fielder at long off goes down.
Yeah, he's just been pushed back. Slow delivery, gone straight up. Fielder settling. Oh, and he's put it down. Made an absolute hash of it. And to add salt to the wounds, it's dribbled away for 4.
We were just talking about how that field has changed and the long off going down to the boundary line. It was just for this shot, exactly for this shot. Unfortunately, though, he has made an absolute meal of it. Ran in too much, completely misjudged. And as you said, to make matters worse, it has gone for a boundary. So not the best of starts for Mohammad Ismail.
Yeah, that would have been a genius bit of captaincy. He did execute the plan, the bowler. The fielder did not respond. Flicked past the fine leg. It's going to be another long chase. Doesn't have the legs to hit the rope. And they'll scamper for an easy 2. So Taranga Jayasinghe, he is going along very swimmingly indeed. 17 of just 6 deliveries.
One of the things about T20 is that you are always thinking, okay, I need to go for boundaries, especially as a batter. But when you play on big grounds like this, there's a lot of real estate behind the fielders. You pass that 30-yard circle, you always have to think about those 2s and convert them into 3s. When you have that mindset, you're applying pressure on the fielder. You have to have them on the toes all the time.
Couldn't agree more. Flicked over the fine leg, and that will enjoy that real estate out there behind fine leg. Easy boundary for Taranga, who's raced into the 20s of just 7 deliveries. What a start.
Yeah, you can't bowl there. You just cannot bowl there with your field up, with your fine leg up. It's always going to get punished. And Taranga Jayasinghe seemed to be the kind of batsman who's not going to let you go when you give him that little bit of free space down the leg side.
Well, that's what I love about Sri Lankan players in the UAE. Their school cricket structure is so strong. Their batting mechanics are very, very good. And of course, those lovely wrists playing on those low turning tracks. Trying to crack that away behind point. It was there to hit. He's missed out there, Samir.
I thought he might change the field there, considering he was going down the leg side a few times. I thought he might drop that fine leg in and bring the third man up, but it's too much of risk, isn't it? That ball too, had he got any connection to it, Taranga would have definitely raced away to the boundary. So they've got off to a very good start here, International Warriors. 26 for Nani, not the 2 overs. Ismail will have to finish well here.
Spanked over the top of cover point. 1 bounce. That's hurtled into the fence. Very poor over from Ismail, but still could have had a wicket. 15 off the second as well.
Yeah, you bowl there, you're always asking to be hit. Couple down the leg side, couple on the offside. Not the way you want to start. Mohammad Ismail will want to improve his lines and lengths if he wants to do better here. 30 for none.
Mohammad Yasir continues from the school end. Good looking punch there from Lashari. His technique seems to be in fine order.
Reminds me of Darren Lehman, this Mohammad Yasir with that bald head of his. you want fast bowlers to be like that, Ahmed. That scary, aggressive look that the batter, when you're running in, the batter's almost wondering, okay, what is he going to bowl at me? So at least he's got the looks right. Let's see if he's got the goods to deliver with the ball.
Most certainly. Good balanced run up as well. over the top and into the long offense. That's a shot of some quality from Haseeb Lashari.
Shot of the day for me, if you ask. Pitched up there, was there to be hit, and how nicely he's executed that. Look at that, the footwork immaculate and the bat balance beautiful. Didn't try to hit it too hard, but he hit it with perfection.
Yeah, love the intent, love the body language. You wanted to really get on that front foot, big stride. And Mohammad Yasir, well, perhaps he'll need to rein in his length. They're taking too many liberties with you. Perhaps make them smell the leather, so to speak. If he's that brute of a fast bowler, I would expect that right here. Oh, it's a big full toss. Complete opposite. And Haseeb Lashari needed his wits about him there.
And that's what you get when you hit the bowler early on for a boundary, Ahmed. You put him off his length, and you're trying, sometimes you're trying too hard to correct yourself. You know what they call over-correcting yourself, and that's when you end up bowling full tosses like that. But this is a belter of a track, isn't it? You can hit through the line when it's pitched short. You can wait for the ball to come to your bat and pull and cut. These are going to be high-scoring games if the pitches remain like this.
Oh, he was just opening up the offside there. Economy of movement with his footwork. And Mohammad Yasir almost snuck the ball through there.
I wonder if he's got the movement the other way. We've seen him bowl all those in-dippers from the time he's got the ball in his hand. But if he can somehow develop one that either straightens or moves ever so slightly away from the right-hander, he could be a very menacing bowler. Like you said, you don't need to have all that pace like Kulasekara. All you need is good control.
Cut away, this time a slower delivery. Yeah, he seems to have that default in-swinger. That's very rare actually in a fast bowler, to get that ball to just dip into the right-hander. Usually you get those outswingers. That is more natural for fast men, especially right-arm paces.
It's got a lot to do with the action, Ahmed. As a left-arm fast bowler myself, I can tell you. It's the kind of run-up you have and the delivery stride you take, the kind of action you have. A lot of it depends on the kind of movement you get with the ball.
Flicked. That is a shot of serious arrogance. Look at that. Big swipe across the line. He couldn't care less about Mohammad Yasir's in-swinger there.
This was nicely done. Spraying down the leg side. Mohammad Yasir and the batter doesn't need a second invitation to put that away to the boundary. So a very good start. 39 for none for the International Warriors.
New bowler being introduced is Mubashir Bukhari, coming in from the academy end. So the captain ringing the changes. Once again, Haseeb Lashari goes over the top. Goodness me, that is a special shot. He looks a talent.
I'll tell you what, Tarang Jaisinghya has been playing all the shots, but we haven't seen much of Haseeb Lashari. But the little we've seen, Ahmed, wow, if you can play shots like that, you are going to go a long way in this tournament.
Well, one thing is for sure, you don't want to pitch the ball up to this man. They haven't tested him on the back foot just yet. And Mubashir, well, looks to have decent pace about him. They're just they're feeding the ball rather on the front foot. I'd like them to test them with a back of a length or a bouncer here. Test their ticker, so to speak.
Yeah, you're right. It's that mid-drift area that they want to really target, because whatever they've pitched up has been punished. Mubashir here doesn't want to do the same mistakes that his previous bowlers did. I like the number is on his jersey, 333. I wonder if it has some significance for him.
Universe boss. Oh, look at that punch over extra cover. That's the shot of the night for me. Glorious.
Hasib is putting on a show here in Dubai at the ICC Academy. What beautiful hitting of the ball. What clean striking, and all of that in absolute class and style. Front foot forward, driven on the up. It's not the first time we're seeing this. This is his third boundary in a similar fashion. But this, as you said, is the best of the lot.
Oh, look at that punch over extra cover. That really deflates the fast bowler when he's getting punished and pummeled over the top, being peppered in the cover point region, looking a bit lost out there. Oh, look at that hook. He made it look absolutely easy. It's not quite going to run away to the fence, is it? Yeah, the fielder will rein it in time, and they'll saunter for 3. 50 up in just 3.4 overs. What a start for the Warriors.
Nothing to worry for the Warriors at this stage. Just in the 4th over and 50 up. This is a brilliant start from them. And this guy Hasib has been very impressive. Even that shot that he played, didn't try to hit it too hard. He knew that if he's going to go very hard, he might just get that top edge. So really controlled it and ensure he got it over the fielder down there at square leg.
This is fantastic batting. A treat to watch. We usually see a lot of biffers and bashers, power play specialists, but these guys technically correct and have a flourish about them. Sliced. Oh, just out of the reach of the short third. Yet another boundary off Mubashir. It's raining boundaries at over number 2 tonight.
You know what they say, fortune favors the brave. A little bit to the right, it would have been curtains for Taranga Jayasinghe. Unfortunately for Emirates NBD, their rather difficult start to the night is continuing with that, what do you call it, a drop catch?
Well, that would be extremely harsh of you, Samir. 3 boundaries in the over and a triple, 15 runs. And he hasn't bowled a single bad ball, to be quite honest. They've all been pitched up on a length, pretty much around off stump. Oh, Taranga, well, trying to be slightly too adventurous there. 54 for none at the end of another entertaining over. Santosh Pillai being introduced into the attack. So we're going to see spin for the first time tonight in the power play. So the captain, he's trying all the tricks up his sleeve here, Samir.
Yeah, clearly his fast bowlers haven't done too much for him. In fact, they've borne the brunt of some very good batting. Oh, that was an attempt to pull that behind square, but perhaps it was a little too slow to do that.
Well, our cameraman was preempting a 6. They're shocked that Hasib Lashari has missed out. Very watchful against the spin, just trying to figure out what he's doing. So far, it looked gun barrel straight to me.
Yeah, and smart from the batter, not going too hard from the beginning. Just watch him first, see what he's doing. Remember, a lot of these teams play against each other for the first time. They haven't seen some of the players before, maybe. It's always good to get that first look in. And then once you've got the measure of the bowler, the measure of the pitch, then you can go about your merry ways in finding those scoring areas.
Going along at 13 runs per over. Once again, just manipulating the ball into the gap. They know they're ahead of the game at the moment. I have a feeling Taranga Jayasinghe is not going to waste any time. He seems that kind of a bloke. A wild guess.
Santosh Pillai reminds me of Vinod Kambli with those glasses and that turning ball in the hand. But
And there used to be another off spinner who used to play for India around that time. Oh, on the pads, but sliding down leg. The short fine is Mohammad Ismail, and they'll scamper for 2.
This is very good running. Very good running. They took one for the throw. And I believe the spinner you're talking about is Ramesh Pawar, the current women's team coach of India. He's done some tremendous work for the ladies team there.
Oh, absolutely. Just won the Women's Asia Cup against your home side. Commiserations for that. And you beat us in a thriller of a semi-final. Absolutely incredible. And we're still smarting after that defeat. Oh, that struck on the pads, but slightly high. Umpire Patel walking away. And I think he's right.
Yeah, everything that Sri Lanka has been through lately in terms of the economic crisis back home and all of those things, I think those little happinesses, the Asia Cup win and the recent successes in cricket, the public really deserves it.
Absolutely. Glided away. Short third in the ring. And they're pushing for 2 once again. The running between the wickets has been absolutely fluent between the pair. They look like they've batted a lot of hours, a lot of overs together.
And that's one of the most impressive things about this pair. They have those big shots. We've seen how well they can play them. But at the same time, every time they've found that gap in the field, they've made sure that they've got the maximum out of them. 2s, 3s, rarely seen them jog for singles.
Pulled away. And there's nobody at deep square. So it was a half tracker asking to be dispatched. And done so by Taranga, who races into the 40s. 64 for none at the end of 5.
$64 for none in just 5 overs. International Warriors have got on to a really good start here against Emirates NBD cricket team. Here the ICC Academy. Remember, this is the Arabian Cricket League. Lots of cricket matches coming up for your entertainment. And we're all set to bring you as many of those as possible. 6th over, about to begin the last over of the power play. Joining me now is Abdurrahman.
Thank you, Samir. Starts off well. Dot ball, rare sight in the first 5 overs. What a start this for the International Cricket Warriors. Emirates NBD Cricket Club and International Cricket Warriors playing the first game here. This ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League powered by Fan Code. And I hope you're enjoying yourself as well, Samir, in the com box.
That's a debut of sorts for me. Just moved here a couple of months ago. It's always good to get back connected to the game of cricket that we love so much, especially being behind the mic for it and calling it out. Mohammad Ismail went for quite a few in the first over. Was expensive, but he'll want to make amends now to those figures. What they really want now, the Emirates NBD team, is a wicket. They need to break this partnership if they are to get back into this game. Taranga and Hasib have looked really good.
We have that projected scores, 241. If they continue batting at this pace, Taranga takes a quick single. Everybody right at the edge of the circle, and that's because of that onslaught from the openers. And Samir, just because you've joined us recently, yesterday Well, I'll tell you what, it was sore throats all the way for the commentators. 242 runs scored in the first innings of the first game, chased down in 18.3. Short ball, pulls it. They probably get just a single. And in the second game, Karwan Cricket Club broke the record, scored 248 in those 20 overs. So when I see that 240 as a projected score, I know it is a possibility here in these ICC Academy grounds.
You know, I was following the second innings of the second game last night, and I could tell that some of your voices had become sore. Now that you tell me that, it makes sense.
Well, yeah, the second innings was probably the slowest of the lot that day. Super Saturday, we had back-to-back games. And today, on a Sunday, just the one game. All our viewers, wishing them a very happy Diwali as well. But these two teams playing really well, and Taranga with the fireworks in the middle right now. 42 of 20, strike rate of 200 in the power play.
He's come back well, Muhammad Ismail, this time in this over. Just 4 runs, so in fact 3 runs so far. So he's made amends to that horrid start that he had. So ends the power play. Possibly the best over that Emirates NBD have bowled. 67 for none.
Santosh Pillai, number 10 on his jersey. Wearing those shades in the evening under floodlights. And I'm very familiar with that as well. As a bespectacled bowler, I have to wear some glasses as well. In the meantime, the one person who doesn't need glasses is Hasib. He's seeing the ball like a football, rocks on the back foot and gets a boundary.
Has been on song tonight, hasn't it? Again, shot by Santosh Pillai. Rocks onto the back foot, Hasib, and pulls that beautifully. What I love about him is he's looked so solid in his technique. Yeah, again, these are signs of a smart batter. You get that boundary, you rotate the strike, and then keep that scoreboard ticking.
We had that partnership looking very good. And that run rate as well, 11.4, beg your pardon. As you said, intelligent cricket right there. Gets a boundary, then gets a single. Gives Taranga the strike. The good thing about this partnership is they've played aggressively from both sides. Both batsmen going at a solid strike rate.
Yes, and it's not like they've given chances too. All of their hits have been clean strikes. They've made very good use of the power play. And they made sure that they've got their team off to a very good start. And now it's about sustaining it.
Yeah, those boundaries over the cover for Hasib. Looking very good. And he's found the gap once more. This time going over that rope for a maximum. It is the shorter side of the ICC Academy. And he's picked it nicely.
Once again, rocking onto that back foot very quickly. Santosh Pillai isn't the quickest bowler, mind you. So when he drops it short, you do have time to get back there. Look at that. He has enough time to swivel over and deposit that to the boundary down at cow corner. Again, very good looking shot from Hasib.
12 off the over already. Trying to go for a quick single. He sends back Taranga. Dot ball. 12 off the over already. 23 runs conceded by Santosh. Still one delivery to go. The bowlers under a lot of pressure. Emirates NBD under a lot of pressure.
Slog sweep attempt, but just a single. So that'll end the 7th over. Another expensive one for Santosh Pillai. 81 for none.
Well, it's Ismail continuing from the ICC Academy end. Sameer, I did hear you say you're a left-arm fast bowler.
Let me hold you there. Fast means medium fast, not fast. Unless you expect me to come and bowl like 130s, that you don't expect that. It's 115 maybe? You can get that for
Well,
you.
115, 120 is not bad here. And the ball played in the air towards the square leg fielder. They're looking for a single. Utter confusion in the middle. And he's very lucky. Haseeb, they needed a direct hit.
And for the first time, these two batters, a little misunderstanding between them. Both of them unsure if there was a single there or not. Eventually it was safe. But a better throw from the fielder there could have had them in a lot of trouble.
Plays it towards the cover. Another dot ball. So it's Ismail who's getting a string of good deliveries together. 3 runs conceded in the last over he bowled. Now 2 dot balls.
And the reason for that is Abdul Rahman, he's bowling to his field. He's got that packed offside field. There's a long off, a deep square, deep extra cover, third man. So he's got protection in the deep and 2 men inside the circle. So he's bowling to his field.
Played over the point, fielder is racing away for another boundary. That was a good shot from Taranga. Again the shorter side to the offside this time. He's picked it up nicely. 47 for him now of 24 deliveries. And it's the International Cricket Warriors. They were put into bat. 11.3 the run rate so far.
Yeah, 2 full on that occasion. And the kind of form that Taranga Jayasinghe is in, he's not going to miss out on that. Mohammad Ismail had been putting together a few good deliveries, but he'll have to be consistent. And that's another wide. So you can't do that. You get hit for a boundary, then bowl a wide. You're putting your team under a lot of pressure. What Emirates NBD have to do here, Abdul Rahman, is to somehow set a field and make sure, for one, the bowler bowls to that field. And at the same time, ensure there are 3 or 4 dot deliveries every over, build that pressure, frustrate the batter, and then get them to make that mistake. Because it's not the kind of wicket, not the kind of pitch where the bowler is going to get, a mild turn or some crazy swing where they can pick up that wicket.
Absolutely. There is a change in the field. They've brought in the cover fielder and then he's gone outside off stump and bowled a wide. So he's not listened to his captain. That third man fielder for me is a waste. He's not express quick, Ismail. Just bowl in the stumps. As Sameer, you were saying, set a field and just target the batsman so that they make a mistake. Try to manufacture a shot that can get you a wicket. Still haven't gotten a breakthrough here, Emirates NBD.
This is not helping. This is not helping the bowling team at all. You can't be bowling this many wides, especially after the batters have got off to a good start. What you need is disciplined bowling. You need to stitch together a few tight overs. If Emirates want to get back into this game, then their bowlers will have to do much better than that. These are freebies.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a dangerous ball. Even though they have that fine leg fielder and square leg, it's still a hit me ball. So Ismail has lost his radar. We were just talking him up. And after that boundary, he bowled a hat-trick of wides. Oh, this time really well bowled. And you have to say, it was a poor shot. Probably the first we've seen from Taranga.
The first time I've seen the ball move away from the right-hander, Ismail, the left-handed bowler, getting that movement. Look at that. Pitched on the leg stump and then moved away outside the off stump. Even Taranga there was confused for a little while. Not seen that one before.
Yeah, targeting that mid-wicket boundary. Mid-wicket is in the circle. So the idea was right. But really well executed by Ismail. That time, as you said, the outswinger to the right-hander. Very rare sight when a left-armer is bowling. This time, there is no problem for Taranga. Gets the middle of the bat. What a way to bring up your half-century. Just 26 deliveries for his 53.
Take a bow. Taranga, you've batted really, really well. Aggressive at the start. Went for his shots. No real risk involved, but just genuinely good cricketing shots. And that's what has earned him this very well-deserved 50. Nice and straight behind the bowler's arm. And that was 6 written all over it from the time it hit the bat.
As Ahmed Khwaja likes to call them, he drop-kicked it over long on. This time chips it. So again, intelligent cricket, didn't want to hit it hard. That's why he's safe, just a single. So another expensive over coming to an end. Mohammad Ismail has given away 33 in his 3 overs, and the International Cricket Warriors 95 for no loss at the end of 8. Well, that's the bowling card. Every bowler in that going for more than 10 runs and over. 11 and over for Ilyas, Santosh Pillai going for 11 and a half, and Mohammad Yasir, the captain, going for 12. Mubashir Bukhari 15 in his 1 over. This is a solid start here.
Well, last time I saw a bowling card like that, it was when Sanat Jayasuriya was still batting, alongside probably the namesake Taranga over here. But yes, this is expensive from Emirates NBD Cricket Club. Somebody, one of those bowlers needs to put their hands up and break this partnership. Otherwise, it's going to be a long night for them.
Yeah, you don't want to be chasing 210, 220, even though there's going to be due this quick outfield, that scoreboard pressure in the big game. First game for both of them. You want to start off with a win, get the 2 points. These are very difficult groups they are part of. The Emirates NBD Cricket Club and International Cricket Warriors. And they're only going to face better and much more quality competition moving forward. Is Akhlaq Haider coming into bowl? Well, since you've gone all the way to the Sanat Jayasuriya era, I did want to ask you, left arm, medium, fast. Probably my favorite bowler after Wasim Akram. And I need you to take his full name. I don't think we'll do justice if you just call him Chaminda Was. And I'm sure you know it.
It's WPUJC Was.
Even we know this, Samir. Try to dodge a bullet there.
I know the J is for Joseph.
Oh, swinging into him and swinging out of the park. What a hit. Absolutely beautiful from Taranga. I tell you what, he hit the shot and he didn't look at the ball. He was just walking towards point.
Yeah, you get that feel on your bat, don't you? When you know you've just hit that sweet spot of the bat, you know we've hammered it. 100 up with that beautiful 6 by Taranga. What a nice shot. Just the flow of the bat, amazing to watch. Akhlaq here has his work cut out so early in the over, going for a massive 6.
Well, this is a masterclass from Taranga, opening the batting. Again that flick, trying to go for almost that helicopter shot. The fielder has done, well, no. Misfield. That's the one thing they didn't need. They've already dropped a catch. And this time a misfield costing them 4.
Very casually that fielder going into that. When you hit the ball the way the batter just hit it, look at that, down the leg, you know it's going to spin into you. You know it's going to spin away from you. But a very casual approach from the fielder there down at square leg. Should have been more there.
Well, there's going to be no mistake this time because there is no fielder there. Taranga is really enjoying himself, going hard at every delivery, and he's getting maximum value for his shots. Another boundary.
Yeah, this is very ordinary bowling from Akhlaq. You know this man is strong on his leg side. He's coming round the wicket and just giving him straightness, just straightness. Swing at it if you will. And Taranga says, thank you very much. I'll take all of that. So 14 runs in the first 44 deliveries from Akhlaq. His captain would have thought that maybe he will make a difference for me. But it seems to be the same story. Oh, there's an appeal. Yes, it's given. Finally, Akhlaq makes the difference for his captain. A good delivery on a length outside the off stump. Taranga chooses to stay on the back foot and try and punch that through the covers. But it goes straight to the keeper. So finally a breakthrough for Emirates NBD. Oh, how desperate they've been for this.
Yeah, absolutely. It was wide outside off stump. Probably could have left it. You already have 14 in the over. You're looking good, Taranga. But he's gone for that slash. What a knock. 68 of 32 deliveries. 212 strike rate. 109 for 1 now, International Cricket Warriors. For the new batsman walking in, Thynas Stain. So a Sri Lankan replaced by a South African, I'm assuming.
A South African fast bowler, Dale Steyn, reminds you of him, doesn't he? Just a mention of him sometimes can scare batters.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is a certain batsman by the name of Mohammad Hafiz. I'm sure has blocked him from his Twitter account, Instagram and anywhere else.
Fine cricketer he was. Right then, Akhlaq. He's made the difference for his captain. Even though he's gone for a few, he's picked up that very, very important wicket for Emirates NBD. Good over this one, finally for the bowling side. But still, international warriors are 109 for 1 in 9 overs.
Well, a change of ends for Santosh Pillai. And to be honest, this is the right end for the off spinner, bringing the ball into the right hander with that big boundary on the leg side, probably 80 odd meters if not more.
Yeah, that big boundary to the right of where we are sitting seems quite a distance from here. And you're right, Santosh Pillai will be inviting the batter to try and take him on that side. Thynas Stain gets off the mark with that single down to a long on. So Emirates NBD will want to do this. They won't want this new batter to settle down. What they want is the wicket of Hasib, who's looked really good.
Yeah, 37 of 22. Now it's his job to score quickly. Taranga playing a magnificent knock. Given the start, they wanted the international warriors again put into bat after losing the toss. And Thynas plays it towards square leg. Just a single. Thynas Stain, ironically nicknamed Tiny. He's a big unit and packs a massive punch. I've seen him bat in the ICC and the Sevens grounds as well. And these are big, big grounds and he clears them with ease.
With those muscles, not surprising. He does get off the mark this time. Hasib now will look to anchor this innings. Oh, that's a very good run. They're going for a 2. Is that going to be a run out? Big appeal. Will it be given? And it has been given. So Hasib looking for that 2. Eventually loses his wicket. Emirates NBD will be happy. They've broken that opening partnership and they've finally sent back those 2 opening batters that have tormented them all evening.
Well, it was Hasib's call. It was Hasib who said 2 from the moment it hit his bat. But the fielder has run really well. One-handed pickup, throw right into the gloves of the wicket-keeper. And he's taken them out of the equation now. But it's a good innings from Hasib Lashari. 38 of 23. International Cricket Warriors 112 for the loss of 2 wickets. New batsman walking in is Samay Mishra. 112 on the board for the International Cricket Warriors. And Santosh Pillai, after a change of ends, a change of luck as well for him. He's tossing it up, as you said, Sameer, inviting that big hit.
Ooh, there was a lot of flight there. Samay Mishra had very long time for that ball to come to him. Oh, is there going to be another run out? Yes, it's going to be another run out. In fact, it's given. What are they doing here, International Warriors? They've got off to such a good start. Why are they in such a hurry?
Well, we'll have to have a look at the replay and see who was the one who called for that. He started off slowly, Samay. Was never going to come back for the second. We were talking about taking a chance on the throw. Again, good throw. And this is suicidal running. He's out for 0, Samay Mishra. 113 for 3 now. International Cricket Warriors in a bit of trouble. With the 10th over, bringing a lot of drama for Emirates NBD. 2 runouts. And all of a sudden, the International Cricket Warriors in a little bit of trouble.
Varun Kumar has come into bat and he looks like he's serious about getting those big shots because he's batting outside the leg stump. Santosh Pillai is not the kind of bowler who's going to give you a lot of... Oh wow, talk about big shots. That's nicely done. It's a deft touch there. Complete opposite of what we were expecting. This time, no crazy second run attempted. Just a single to get off the mark. And at the end of the 10 overs, halfway through the innings at 114 for 3, the International Warriors.
A new bowler, beg your pardon, is Charuka, coming in from the high school end. And joining me in the comm box is Ahmed Khwaja. Ahmed, welcome.
Thank you very much, Abdur Rahman. A flurry of wickets falling due to runouts. It's really pegged them back a bit after that wonderful opening stand. Let's see if Charuka can create some pressure as well. I'd like to see a slip in for him. Just inflict some pressure on the batters. Oh, it's been sliced over the backward point fielder. That was mighty close.
Living dangerously now. The International Cricket Warriors pushing for 3. Good running between the wickets and sloppy fielding. It was the short third man fielder. He gave it a mighty chase, but in the end just lost the pace behind it. I don't think he was expecting them to run 3. So good running between the wickets after those 2 dismal runouts.
Yeah, certainly not looking confident between the sticks currently. And Charuka is a tall lad coming around the wicket, extracting that extra bounce.
We've seen that in T20 cricket, the off spinners coming around the wicket. Don't want to give any width, any room. Oh, played it in the gap. Nicely done. Another misfield. And they get a boundary.
Well, Thynes Stain looking to cut loose. Pardon me. It was Varun there Calculated slog sweep, and the deep mid wicket fielder tried his best. Just couldn't cut it off. Too much pace on the ball.
We're trying the sliding tackle. It's never going to work against that white cricket ball. This time given some weight straight into the hands of that short third man fielder. Dot ball.
Well, he likes to play off the back foot, standing deep in the crease. Has a bit of flexibility about his game. Look at that, another glide. Couldn't quite find the gap though. I'd like to see a slip. There should be a slip there, Abdur Rahman, to cut off that shot especially. Let's see how Varun would react then.
Yeah, the first ball he faced would have gone right into the hands of first slip fielder. But in the end, a good over from Charuka. 122 for the loss of 3 wickets, now at 11. Santosh Pillai coming in to bowl again. His last over was expensive when he came in from that shorter academy end. But this time has found his line and length.
Yeah, he's been a steady option for Emirates NBD. Just bringing that quick scoring down. Big swipe, brilliant fielding at mid-wicket. Excellent commitment in the outfield.
A good field placing. They've taken out that point fielder because he's slow, Santosh, in the air. Even if you try to guide him down to third man, it's only going to be one. So they have the short mid-wicket fielder in place. This is a good option.
Oh, has he been cleaned up? Yes, he has. Santosh Pillai gets his man, Varun Kumar. That's a very poor shot, it has to be said.
Yeah, it was a very, very slow delivery. And go playing all around it. So good breakthrough again. Flurry of wickets here for the Emirates NBD bowlers. Varun Kumar has to walk back. 123 for 4 now in 11.3. New batsman walking in, Dion Stouter. Scoreboard reading 1, 2, 3, 4 and 11.3 overs.
Well, what a turnaround it's been in this game. Emirates NBD fighting back hard, especially this man on screen, Mr. Pillai. And they're very watchful indeed against him right now.
And what they don't want is another run out. Two suicidal, needless runs attempted. Santosh Pillai bowling really well now. Just the 1 run in the over so far.
Cut off the back foot. There is a sweeper cover out there. So they've pulled the game back quite nicely here. For the first time, the run rate has dipped below 11. And they are in desperate need of a partnership.
And those projected scores at one stage showing 240, 250 if they continue to bat at the run rate that they had achieved. Now be very lucky if they get to even 160, 170. Another good ball. Thinnestein beaten. 124 for 4 now at the end of 12. Charuka continuing from the school end. Oh, he's bowled him. The straight one. Again, an attempted sweep shot. Misses it completely. And hits the top of off stump. Very well bowled by Charuka.
Just that one sliding across once again. Poor shot selection. And that has pinged into that off stick. Charuka with a wonderful delivery. Unbelievable collapse here for the Warriors. 124 for 5.
New batsman walking in is Shrivanta, left-hander. And it's Charuka who's gotten the breakthrough. 124 for 5 now. Half the team back in the dugout. And the International Cricket Warriors, at one stage we were saying 240, 250. Now the question is, will they bat the full 20 overs?
It's been a stunning turnaround from Emirates NBD. Full credit to the spinners. And now you can see, very watchful indeed. This is the first time that I can truly recall that the spinners have wreaked havoc here at the ICC Academy. It's been all about the fast man, Abdurrahman.
Yeah, this is a late start now, so due almost similar for both teams. And as you said, in the first games, it's been the fast bowlers who've done the damage and the spinners going for a lot of runs. The complete opposite in this game so far. And with Charuka bowling and bowling well, I'd like to see a slip in place for the left-hander.
Well, what more does he need to do? He's been right on the money. Thinnestein trying to line him up, but very watchful. And like you mentioned, the delayed start we have now, 9 p.m. local time. It's fascinating, especially in the UAE, how just the duration of the day completely changes playing conditions.
Another good delivery, just a single. We did see that in the Asia Cup, even in the World Cup before that. That 6:37 p.m. start, that first hour, so difficult to bat at that time. And then all of a sudden, it's like as if you're batting on a cement wicket.
Especially that afternoon game we had in the Saturday doubleheader. 242 gunned down, 2 overs in advance. Finally a slip in place. Cracked off the back foot. Confident shot there from Sudarshana. Looks to be a pretty well organized batter. Steady over from Charuka. 127 for 5 at the end of 13.
A new bowler being introduced into the attack. It's Lahiru. It starts out poorly. Just a single.
A real drag down there. Got away with that Lahiru. Thankfully, the square leg moved around swiftly. So plenty of bowling options in this NBD side.
He's the seventh bowler that's been introduced into the attack. Misfield at point. And they get to good running between the wickets. That should have been a dot ball.
Well, every run you concede as a misfield is a run you need to get. Just looking to build a partnership here, the Warriors. It's been tough sledding as the ball has gotten softer and the spinners have taken over. Santosh Pillai, Charuka and now Lahiru. They've done a very, very solid job indeed. Completely turned around the game. Big full toss, belted straight. I think he's missed out there.
Yeah, that did sound really nice off the bat. One bounce to that long on fielder. It is the shorter boundary straight. I think just the loss of wickets. They've lost 5 wickets very quickly. Still 6 more overs to go. So a lot of batting to do for both sides. Oh, it's a beautiful shot. Goes like a tracer bullet. Gets a boundary.
Well, he's not being able to correct his line to the left-hander. Another drag down. Outside leg. And easily swung away by Sudarshana.
Well, he's attempting to bowl off spin. It would be a logical decision to come around the wicket. That's a free hit on the leg side. Probably 55, maybe 60 meters. Yes, change of angles now. And right on the money. No appeal from the bowler.
I think there might have just been an inside edge there. Or Lahiru doesn't believe in leg befores. Morally against it. Steady over so far.
Again a drag me. And again this time he goes one better. A maximum for Srivanta and an expensive over from Lahiru. 14 runs coming off it. 141 for the loss of 5 wickets in the head of 14. Charuka will continue. Oh, very well done. He yoked the batsman first and then on his follow through saves a single. The captain acknowledges it as well.
Excellent commitment. Excellent desperation in the field. That's what you need.
Oh, straight. And he's got in a maximum. It is a short boundary straight. Against the spinners, that's the most targeted area.
The bottom hand coming through, driving the ball down the ground. And I thought it would be a 4, but he had the distance. That's a solid shot.
Intelligent cricket. After that maximum, just gets a single. Tiny stain.
Well, it's been a topsy-turvy sort of a game. Big opening partnership. Then a flurry of wickets going down. And now some late order resistance. This partnership has grown to 24 runs pretty quickly.
Charuka is bowling really well to the left-hander. You expect that from an off-spinner. Taking the ball away from the southpaw. Shrivanta, 13 not out of 8 deliveries. Thinus, beg your pardon, 16. And he gets a single.
They certainly seem to have a lot of depth in their batting, the international warriors. Even the number 7 looks a very capable bat. But they've just dug themselves a hole here that they need to climb out of.
Cuts the ball, cuts it hard. Point fielder having to cover a lot of ground. And they have enough time to get to another expensive over, 10 off it, 151, I beg your pardon. The end of 15 overs.
So 151 for 5. 5 overs to go, 5s all round. And joining me in the com box is another 5-star man, Samir Yunus. Welcome back, sir.
Quite a day for introductions, isn't it? 151 for 5. Speaking of good introductions, it was a good start for the international warriors, but one might say that they've fallen away short slightly. A couple of mistakes on their own end, but it's been a good fight back from Emirates NBD. The spinners have come into the game, especially the man on your screen who's about to bowl. In fact, it's not him. We thought it was Charuko who's going to bowl. Ahmad is the one who's going to start, and he's got the punishment that it deserved for bowling that short one.
Well, the spinners are really struggling from this academy, and for some reason, Lahiru bowled a poor over, and Hamad Ahmed, well, that's asking to be belted over cow corner and duly obliged.
So good start to this over now. They'll want to now start capitalizing. Just 29 balls to go. They'll try to get as many as they can, try to get the 200 mark. Short again this time on the offside, but straight to the fielder. Lucky there, the bowler didn't get hit for another boundary. With the towels out, perhaps signs of dew kicking in. You were just talking about it earlier. We might just see bowler struggle a bit now to grip that ball. Makes room for himself. This time it's in the gap. Will it beat the fielder? Oh no. Fielder will make a mess of it. In fact, he could have easily stopped that, but he's made life difficult for himself, allowing the batters to cross over for a couple.
Well, Lahiru's really struggling. Bowled a poor over. Now a misfield. They've taken 3 there. Perhaps need to change it up here. Try to introduce a seamer from the school end, pardon me, the academy end. You can see furiously working away with the towels. It's about 10 p.m. local time, so certainly the dew factor will be in play.
Short again, but not enough room for Thinus to swivel back and hit it hard. But again, they do manage to run over for a couple. So really, it's been a very ordinary show from the fielders here of Emirates NBD. At this level, you can't be making those mistakes. You've got to be on your toes. Make sure that when the ball is at you in the deep, you need to stop it at just a single. Don't let the batter apply pressure on you. This has been slog swept. Ooh, it goes between the two fielders, and as you can see there, an attempt by the fielder down there. It's almost like a nothing attempt to try and stop the ball. Just dives over it, and a boundary there for international warriors.
Yeah, it was the bigger part of the ground towards cow corner, and he was in absolute no man's land. Tried to attack the ball and made a mess of it. So, a couple of boundaries in the over already. The sustained pressure from the batters. Projected scores looking good once again.
It's that slog sweep again. Once again, it's in the gap. I wonder if that fielder's position is correct there. He's not deep, not even into the inside the circle. Almost 3/4 there. The batter seems to have recognized that and taking full advantage of it.
Once again, he favors that slog sweep right out of the sweet spot, and they just couldn't cut the ball down in time. Expensive over, 17 off it, 168 for 5. Akhlaq headed back into the attack. Well, he was the one who began the rot for the Warriors. Let's see. He's been given the death overs role, a complicated one, as we saw earlier in the day here. Samir Yunus.
You have to bring that up, don't you? I'm sure your sorrow is still not completely...
Well, our scorer, Mr. Mufaddal, keeps reminding me. He's still watching highlights of that Virat Kohli masterclass. What an innings that was from the champion. Oh, that's a shocking delivery. Absolutely no chance for the keeper. He still managed to get half a glove on it.
The keeper staying up this time for Akhlaq. When he bowled his first over and picked up that wicket of Tharanga, the keeper was behind. He took a good catch of Tharanga's to have dismissed him, but this time choosing to stay up, probably to try and avoid the batter walking down the track, because Akhlaq is in extra space. So the batter will look to try and attack. These are the death overs, remember. 17th over in progress. Could have been much worse for Emirates NBD. Nevertheless, they've still gone for a few. 169 on the board. They'll try to now prepare and control this damage as much as they can. And the way to do that is to keep picking up regular wickets, which they've done to a certain extent. Nicely bowled. Yes, that's the length you want to be on wickets like this. Not enough room for the batter.
Trying to drive on the up there, Thyna Stain. 46-run partnership. It's been a good rear guard action from the Warriors. Swiveled on it. Deep square leg is posted out there. Just need a couple of quiet overs. Stem the flow of runs.
A lot of talk about that India-Pakistan game today. Here as a Sri Lankan, just wondering what all that hype is about between the second and best third Asian teams.
Well said. Current Asia Cup champions. And deservedly so.
Yeah, but it's an amazing rivalry, isn't it? Two great nations of cricket, some big names in the past, in the history. Have been some great contests, and it's good to see that now the gulf between the two teams has now really made smaller in size. It's a good over from Akhlaq.
Absolutely. They've produced some thrilling contests, especially in T20 eyes. And looking forward to the 2023 ODI World Cup. That is going to be an absolute cracker. All three Asian sides looking pretty strong. And looking pretty strong at the crease is Sudarshana. He's added a lot of composure down the order at number 7.
It's 22 of 15 for him. And in the grand scheme of things, it's been a good over by Akhlaq. He's just given away 3, including that wide. They want to finish well here. Once again, just a single. They will look for a 2 there. The fielder has a good throw there. Oh, the wicket keeper makes a mess of it. Had he picked that up well, would have been another wicket for the International Warriors. Nevertheless, they get 2 off that last delivery. 17 overs done, 174 for 5.
Let's take a look here. Flick towards the leg side. Big powerful throw coming in from mid-wicket. And yeah, just got big on him at the wrong moment. That was a tough one for the keeper. 174 on the board with 3 to go.
Right then, the captain brings himself back onto the attack. He'll want to finish well here. Went for a few. Muhammad Yasir, 2 overs, 24 for none. Want to get those figures looking good now. 174 for 5. International Warriors are looking to finish on a high here. Oh, that's gone straight to the pads. No real interest from the bowlers there. Was down the track quite a bit, Sudarshana.
Swung away towards cow corner. And over the fence for 6. What a shot from Sudarshana.
Yeah, he's been eyeing that, hasn't he? He's been waiting for that loosener to come. And here it was. Down on one knee. Deposited onto that mid-wicket region. Onto the grass banks. And off she goes for a 6.
He has that gift of timing, doesn't he? Sweet striker of the ball. And somehow, one way or the other, they're hurtling to a 200 plus score. 56 run partnership. Oh, that's a gimme and burst through the hands of fine leg. Very poor fielding there.
Yeah, that's not going to help. Not going to help the cause of Emirates NBD. First you bowl a full toss and then you field like that. It is inevitable that you're going to give away a big total and then come out to chase. So again, a poor start by Muhammad Yasir here. 10 runs in the first 3 balls. Didn't have the greatest of first spells. Looks like his second spell too hasn't started too well.
60 runs added in very quick time. 32 balls. Putting pressure on the NBD bowlers. Swung away again. This time not quite out of the middle. It will drop in front of the deep mid wicket. Santosh Pillai out there.
It's a good recovery here from the international warriors. Yes, they had a brilliant start. But after that, there was a bit of a wobble there. A couple of comic runouts. And then some good bowling by especially Charuka of the Emirates NBD. They did manage to pull things back a little bit. But it's once again a bit of loose bowling. And some questionable fielding, allowing the international warriors to come back into the game. And it's taken. Finally, they hold on to one. Santosh Pillai is the man who'll take that catch and say thank you very much. And it's time for Thinestein to walk back after a well-made 31 of 19.
Well, he's a man of action, Mr. Pillai. And that ball was travelling. Slower delivery, pitched up, drilled. And that's a top catch. One of the best in the tournament. He'll enjoy that one for sure. Thinestein, very good innings in the context of the game. 31 of 20, 185 for 6.
Shamim Ali, well-known name in the cricket circuit here. He makes his way onto the middle. And he'll get a quick single to get off the mark. So good, smart cricket here. He knows it's Sudarshana who's striking the ball well. Although, he will be on strike in the next over. So 18 overs done, 186 for 6. Just a couple of overs to go for these international warriors' first innings. They've scored 186 in their 18 overs. Akhlaq will continue here. Bit of a polite inquiry from the keeper. I'm not sure what he's asking for. Perhaps an edge that he thinks he may have hurt. But the umpire not really showing any interest there.
Yeah, that ball beat the outside edge and the bat grazed the ground. Good take by the keeper. Perhaps just informing the umpire, look at my keeping skills. Big full toss, missed out. Only going to be one. So, not a bad option having Srivanta back on strike. 33 of just 19.
Yeah, he's providing that late impetus to this innings. It was much needed after that little wobble that they went through. Lost a couple of wickets very quickly. In fact, 3 or 4 of them. Now, he'll want to finish and finish well here.
Required run rate has consistently been in double figures. Current run rate rather. Hovering around 10.2 now. It was 11.5 for long stretches of the game. So Emirates NBD have done well to slightly pull it back.
That's hit back over the ball. It just will be a single. Can be a tough time fielding down there in those boundary lines. We did speak about how the dew has settled in. We've seen the bowlers take out their towels and constantly wipe that ball. It's going to become very difficult to grip as the night goes on. He's trying to hit that to the Burj Khalifa, but made zero connection.
Yeah, Shamim Ali, if he latches on to one of those, it's certainly going to be heading downtown, literally. Bit of an inside edge there, perhaps. Yeah, giving us runs.
Again, good over here by Akhlaq. Just 3 runs. Now there's 2 more balls to go. He'll want to finish well here. Round the wicket. And he's bowled him. He is bowled him. Sriwanta, after that cameo of 34 of 20, looking to provide that finish. Makes room for himself. Tries to cut it away, but the ball skids on and hits the top of the middle stump. Reward to Akhlaq for bowling with some serious discipline.
Perfect length. Just kissing the bails. But it's a very handy knock from Sriwanta. 34 of 21. Excellent strike rate. The 7th wicket goes down for 189. Ranjit Naya coming in at number 9. Just about 7 deliveries remaining in the innings. It's been a very solid batting effort. Certainly, it's been the sum of all the parts here, Samir.
They'll feel like they could have had much more. At one stage, it was looking like they were easily going to get to that 250 mark, the way the openers were going. But credit to NBD, they did manage to pull things back. And here, with that wicket of Sriwanta, they'll feel that they got the upper hand going at the end of this game. That's a delivery. That's a loose delivery. Full toss to a new batter. Any batter, without even form, without even practice, will put that away to the boundary. On this occasion, down to the fine leg boundary.
Well, a slow, loopy, full toss. And he's just bottom edged it past the short fine. He'll be pretty chuffed with that. 193 with 6 deliveries to go. Decent spell from Akhlaq tonight. 2 for 27 in his 3.
Right then, last over of the game coming up. International Warriors on 193 for 7. Muhammad Yasir, who opened the bowling, will finish things off here. Oh, that's been hit up. Will it be taken though? Will it be taken? Yes, it is! What a good catch there by the fielder at long on. He had to go. He just had to go for it. Unfortunately, couldn't clear the fielder there.
Well, Charuka, tall lad, posted in that hot spot. And he's taken a hot grab. Full outside of off. Decent connection, but that's a stunning catch. Wonderfully done. Exactly like Alishan Sherfu at the T20 World Cup for the UAE. So 8 wickets down. Shamim Ali could not quite get going tonight with the bat. 193 for 8.
Nizakat Ali will walk in to face these last few deliveries. Last 5 to be more precise. As they look to close things off. Look at the non-striker. He's made his mark halfway through. And a real candidate for that non-strikers not out. We'll call it the right word, won't we?
Controversy, drama at the ICC Academy. Yeah, he's certainly taking a big run up there. Ranjit Nayak. And, well, the keeper's intelligence backfiring there. Didn't need to go for that throw. But at least he's game aware there. You can't fault him for that.
Well, they won't mind the singles. They really won't mind it. It's these boundaries that will hurt them. Outside the off stump, full delivery.
Well, that deep cover fielder had forgotten that it's a right-hander on strike. It's not the square leg field. He's at deep cover now and he was more towards extra. So that was a needless boundary conceded. Mohammad Yasir is frustrated. He needs to be moved a lot straighter there to cut that gap.
It's the little things, isn't it, that makes or breaks you. This has been hammered down the ground. There is a fielder. Should be cut off. Yes, nicely done. Oh, he's going for a 2 there. Where are you going, my friend? There's never a 2 there.
They're like cats on a hot tin roof here. Very frantic running between the wickets. 199. Well, it's still been a sterling batting effort.
Last ball then. In fact, the last one before the last one. That's been hammered. And it's in the gap. But the fielder down there, Charuka, is quick on his feet. He will clear it off and just keep it to a 2.
Double 100 up for the Warriors. A big ovation from the dugout. I think they feel they've got the bowling strength to get the W tonight. Start the tournament with a bang, with a victory.
Now it's going to be the last ball. Mohammad Yasir bowled the first one and will now bowl the last one for his team. Big swing and a miss. Keeper misses it this time. Yasir being wise enough to not throw that to the non-striker's end because it might just go away to the boundary or result in a couple of overthrows more. So 202 for 8 is where International Warriors end up after a brilliant start by their openers. Hasib and Taranga laying the foundation for what was an innings that had everything. Some brilliant hitting, some superb running between the wickets, a couple of run-outs that could have been avoided. In the middle, Emirates NBD did bowl well, picked up a few wickets. Again, thanks to the bottom order of International Warriors, they do manage to get to that 200 mark, which on this wicket, you never know, could be a competitive score.
Let's just take a look at the batting scorecard then. Hasib Lashari with a stylish 38 of 23. Taranga Jayasinghe 68 of 32 was the aggressor-in-chief. Thynastain playing a handy knock of 31 of 20. There was a bit of a layoff from the lower middle order, but then Srivanta really chipped in beautifully, 34 of 21, and with 10 extras taking that score beyond 200.
Yes, you don't want to read that bowling card if you're a supporter of Emirates NBD Cricket Club. Santosh Pillai there, probably the standout, along with Charuka Raveen, who've picked up wickets between them. 8 wickets for the spinners there, which speaks a lot of the kind of surface this is. Slow bowling seems to be the way to go. But as this team goes on into the tournament, they'll have a lot of questions to answer with regards to their bowling performance.
109 run opening stand. Then there was a bit of a mini collapse, but good recovery thanks to Srivanta and Thynastain. And you can see 8 bowlers used there. Plenty of options there for NBD. And I would say perhaps Santosh Pillai, 1 for 29, the pick of them by some distance. Well, there is the equation then. 203 runs required of the allotted 20 overs for Emirates NBD. We'll take a short break and be right back for the run chase. Stay tuned.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to match number 7, the second half of this game between International Cricket Warriors and Emirates NBD Cricket Club. If you're just joining us, it was Emirates NBD who won the toss, elected to field first, and the International Warriors scoring 202 in their allotted 20 overs. Some good batting up top and a flourish right at the end. SkyExchange.net, ICC Academy, Arabian Cricket League, powered by Fan Court. Joining me in the comm box to start the proceedings is Samir. Samir, welcome.
Hey Abdurrahman, hey everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this, what promises to be an awesome encounter. If Emirates NBD can bat anything like International Warriors, then we're in for an entertaining night here in Dubai at the ICC Academy. A picturesque ground is always a beautiful setting for some wonderful cricket as the two openers walk out and take their positions for the second half of this game. International Warriors obviously putting on a superb score, starting off very well, huffed and puffed in the middle, but eventually ended up to that 202 mark. 200 is always a mark that gives you that psychological advantage. Over here now their bowlers will try to do their part in getting their first win, which both these teams are looking for.
Yeah, we've seen some big totals chased down. We've seen a small total defended as well. So Lord rides on the openers to set the standards here, just like the International Cricket Warriors have done. Mohammad Shahir will be taking strike. And if you've ever followed Emirates NBD's cricket, you'll know it's Sohail Anwar Butt on the non-striker's end. Samir, I have been watching this man play cricket here in the UAE since his school days. At his peak, one of the best batsmen in the UAE, Sohail Butt. Age catching up to him, but he's still playing cricket at the highest level. It's Shamim Ali, and he starts off with a wide.
Highly rated this Shamim Ali, opening bowling for International Warriors. Looks like a good fast bowler, tall lad, got a very good action going in. Starts off with a wide today. Sohail Butt that you speak of with the luminous pads today in the non-striker's end. Excuse the pun though, so you're saying Emirates are banking on him?
Well, they have been banking on him for a very, very long time. Again, width given and given as wide as well. Emirates NBD. All the employees of Emirates NBD represent that team. And Sohail Butt, I even know he works in the IT department. Project manager. He scores runs, mountains of runs for this team.
2 wides from Shamim Ali. He'll want to get his lines right here. Get off to a good start. That's nicely bowled down the ground, but Shahir equal to the task. Down the ground, driven beautifully. The moment Shamim gets his line right, he straightens. But Shahir says, thank you very much. I've been waiting for that all night.
Well, it is probably the best sight in cricket. That on drive just between the non-striker and those stumps. The fielder had no chance. Brand new ball, lightning quick outfield. What a way to start off proceedings. What a boundary to hit first up. Shot.
And once again, Shamim Ali making the mistake of being too full again. And Mohammad Shahir, look at that, how beautiful. We saw a bit of that in the evening with Taranga Jayasinghe playing shots like that. But Mohammad Shahir, who's been watching all of that all evening, says that I too can play equally good shots. Good start this for Emirates.
Yeah, just 10 on the board already, keeping up with that required run rate. And there's one thing in T20 cricket, there's this thought process, you have to hit sixes. When you don't in the power play, you can play good cricketing shots, get boundaries and score some runs as well. Trying that bouncer, completely losing the plot, Shamim Ali. And it's given as a wide.
Yeah, he'll need to get his ducks in a row, Shamim Ali here. Seems to be struggling in the 2 full, this time going really short. Over the batter's head, down the leg side. And we've seen on this track, when you're 2 full to the batter looking for that swing, you might, in fact you will get punished, because these batters, they're very quick on their feet, they're very quick with their wrists. Anything that's full or too short for that matter will be punished. So really, very small margin for error. That's a nice comeback. That's what he's looking for, Shamim Ali. That shape in and that bounce and pace to trouble the batter.
An extended run-up as well. Goes right up to the batsman. He has to find his rhythm here, Shamim Ali. One of the pros, as you would say, for this International Cricket Warriors team. And they're banking on him. His 4 overs are going to be crucial if they want to defend this total. 11 on the board already.
Once again, shaping in Mohammad Shahir. Not looking very comfortable with that line shaping into him. Shamim Ali seems to finally have got that length that he was looking for.
Yeah, the full ball is something that Shahir enjoyed himself with. Just pulling that length back. It's not very short. Just at the waist area after bouncing. But still troubling the batsman, because he's swinging the ball in at pace as well.
That's on a good length. Now that's what Shamim Ali will have to bowl regularly. When you are fast, when you can swing the ball, you have to be hitting that good length, because that's what troubles the batter. Not when it's too full, not when it's short. That's the length that will pick wickets on that 4th stump, on that difficult corridor. Get the batsman driving. The wicketkeeper has had trouble collecting the ball this evening.
You're just bouncing off his gloves. He's hitting the ball. He's hitting the gloves hard now, Shamim. Cranking up that pace as well. Width given. This is good fielding though. Chance of a run out at the non-striker's end. But in the end, Shahir is safe. 12 runs off the first over. And this is a good start for the Emirates NBD Cricket Club.
Right, then it'll be Dion Kavin the Stouter. I'm told he's Sri Lankan, and that Stouter surname probably comes from a Dutch lineage. We've got quite a big community of Dutch burghers living in Sri Lanka, taking their surnames from burghers. We've got the Fernandos and Pereiras. That comes from the Portuguese. It was the Portuguese, the Dutch, and then the British who were in Sri Lanka. But not anymore, though. Dion is probably full Sri Lankan. He will open the bowling alongside Shamim Ali. And spin to begin with.
Well, we've got flavor of players, and we've got flavors of voices as well. A history lesson by my co-commentator right here. Off spinner with the new ball and the shorter end on the leg side. Very interesting. This from the International Cricket Warriors. If anything, probably a better idea to bring him from the ICC Academy end. At least he can entice the batsman for that big hit. Very small margin of error right here.
I'll be bowling to Butt for the first time in this game. Aye, that is not accepted at this level. No, not at all. You are playing at the ICC Academy grounds. That is embarrassing.
Didn't get all of it, Sohail Butt. Didn't middle it at all. Should have just been a single, maybe two, but no. It's the gateway of India, and the ball has gone through for a boundary. In the air, lobbed up. Very lucky Sohail, a bit tentative, playing from the crease. And Dion, well, he's very unlucky there, could have easily had a wicket.
Eventful over the start of the over here from the Sri Lankan. We've had a couple of chances now. This should be called a wide. Tried to hammer that in, push that in. Dion probably knows the reputation of Suhail, but he knows that he's not going to be able to give him too much freedom or room, especially down there on the offside. As you said, that leg side boundary is quite short here, so any little room, and I'm sure he'll be on his knee trying to slog sweep that.
Well, again, width given. Zakat Ali behind the stumps was struggling a bit. That wide that was given could have been a stumping chance, but he grasped that ball. And Sohail Butt, I do know he enjoys pace on the ball first up, and this plan of bringing in a spinner so far has worked. That misfield that went for 4, otherwise a very good over from Dion, a good start. And Emirates NBD Cricket Club 18 for no loss. Shamim Ali will continue. Slightly slower. He's guided it to point. Take a quick single. This is going to be exciting to watch. Sohail Butt against the pacer is what I wanted to see.
I look forward to seeing what Shamim Ali goes for here. He's enjoyed that short one against Mohammad Shahir. Clearly uncomfortable Shahir there against that shorter one and coming at good pace. I just heard you speaking very highly of about Sohail Butt and how he likes pace, and this should be interesting. Shamim Ali, raw pace, young, tall lad, will be bowling to a senior statesman in the form of Butt. He does go for the short one. Will it be too short? No. The umpire stays put. No signal given.
Good ball. Quick bouncer. Given as 1 for the over. I do think Sohail was thinking of that ramp shot, but he's pulled out of that. Interesting field placing here, Samir. They've got a deep mid wicket, nobody at square leg, and a short fine leg. Against the fast bowler, you usually want to have a fielder square on that leg side.
Yeah, especially with that length. This time he goes on a good length. Not too convincing with the way he played that shot. But yeah, you're right. When you're bowling, when you're preferring that shorter length, you generally have the deep square leg and the deep mid wicket. The deep mid wicket has also come up now. He's standing on the 30-yard circle. We do have a third man who's down in the circle, down in the ring, outside the circle. Apologies for that. Just that one fielder outside, actually.
Yeah, he's almost halfway. Tynestein at mid wicket. Down the leg side, given as wides, and it's 5 wides. Well, they are defending a total of 200, but they can't be giving away freebies like that. 5 wides, the wicket keeper, full stretch, couldn't reach it.
This has been the problem with Shamim Ali. He's bowled some very good looking deliveries, but once in a while he bowls a loosener like this and undoes all the good work that he's done and put that batter under pressure. Now, Sohail Butt will be thinking, right, we've got runs for this over. We can afford to take it easy if we want.
Yeah, freebie after 2 dot balls, 5 runs. And he has to bowl that ball again. This time gets the outer half. There are 5 fielders in the circle on the offside. So the plan is to keep it outside off stump. Maybe get a slip in place. Go for the attack. They need a wicket here. International Cricket Warriors had a chat with the captain at the toss, and he said he plays all they all play the cricket here in the ICC Academy ovals, so they know the conditions. No excuses for poor bowling.
But I do like this plan from the captain, International Warriors, having that packed offside field. At least there is a plan, what we didn't see from the Emirates NBD when the International Warrior batsmen were going gun-ho in the evening rather. Didn't seem to be any plan or any bowlers sticking to those plans. Oh, that's a good ball. That's a very good ball. This seems to be the strength of Shamim Ali. He'll square you up. He'll bowl that short length. You think that you have time to play that away, but it just gets at you faster than you think.
It must be so frustrating for the captain as well. When you see what Shamim is capable of, beating the batsman off a good length, and then those 5 wides just down the leg side. Good over so far, just a 7 off it. Can he get a wicket here in the power play?
Steps forward. That's an attempt made there at mid-on, but in vain. A good effort there, but unfortunately for him, the ball goes straight through his hands. Sohail Butt advancing down. In fact, it was Shahir who advanced down and got the good part of the bat to hit that away for a boundary. So 3 overs completed. Shamim Ali ends with the boundary, 29 for none.
Well, Dion was at mid-on, dropped that chance, half chance. Now it's coming in to bowl. Would have been a spectacular catch had he grabbed it. But it's Sohail Butt beaten outside off stump again. And Dion isn't trying to turn the ball, the new ball just going with the arm. So you know exactly what he's doing. Probably not a good idea to go across the line, but the short boundary is tempting. Oh, in the air and dropped. It was a chance. As short third man, he grasped it.
That's probably what he was attempting, Dion, by bowling that line. Trying and inviting Sohail Butt to cut him away and get that outside edge. That should have been a regulation catch. They've put down 2 catches now, 1.5 chance. This one, a regulation catch. But this time, 2 short down the leg side. Mohammad Shahir, who's been in good form, he's looked good for the few runs that he's made. He's not going to miss out on that one. Over the fielder at fine leg for another boundary.
What Taranga dropping that chance, giving away the single and bringing in Mohammad Shahir on strike. And we've seen that so many times. After a drop chance, they get a boundary. Mohammad Shahir is looking very good. 34 on the board already. This is a very good start. When you're chasing 200, they're keeping up just about with the required run rate already.
Again, dragging that from outside the off stump, making sure he's got a good connection there and deposited that over the fielder at extra cover for a very powerful looking boundary.
Would have been a wide had he missed that. As you said, reached for it. Stand and deliver stuff from Mohammad Shahir. Back-to-back boundaries. Now it's Dion who's under pressure.
Oh, that's too short. That will get punished. Luckily for him, there's a fielder down there and he finds him. 1 bounce. Just a single there.
Yeah, very lucky Dion. Shahid just trying to hit that ball too hard. Sohail Butt goes towards mid-wicket and finds a boundary. Finally gets a good connection. And this is a very expensive over. 14 runs coming off it. The Emirates NBD Cricket Club on the charge. 43 for no loss in the end of 4.
Well, Abdurrahman, here's a line I've dreamt of saying as a kid. Stain into the attack.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Tyner Stain will love that. He'll probably take that clip and put it on his social media. But in the power play, with that batting effort so far from Emirates NBD Cricket Club, can he bowl like the legendary Dale Steyn? Can he get them a couple of wickets here?
If he can bowl 25% of Dale Steyn, I think we'll take that for tonight.
If he can bowl 25% of Dale Steyn, he'll probably be playing for UAE at the moment.
Well, let's see what he's got on the table. Well, nothing Steyn-like over here. Shahir thinks completely otherwise. He says, you may have a surname called Steyn, but I am Shahir and I'm not going to hold back. A big six to start things off.
Yeah, poor delivery, short and wide. A hit me ball. And just evades us in the com box. What a way to start the fifth over. It's the bowler now who's going to be on the back foot. He's going to be damage control from here. Can he get out of this over quickly with as less runs as possible?
Again, Shahir jumping down the track. They will look for a two there, but no, will settle for a single. We've been hyping up Sohail Butt all evening, but it's Shahir who's done all the heavy lifting here for the Emirates NBD Cricket Club, who've now reached their 50 of just a fifth over. Tyner Steyn very early on in the over, going for 7 runs already. He'll want to come back strong.
Oh, he's bowled him. He has bowled him. Slower delivery. Sohail Butt playing all around it. A poor shot in the end. He was given a chance. Ball coming in, cutting off the wicket. And after a 50-run partnership, the first wicket had fallen.
Very rare slow delivery from a fast bowler this evening. We've not seen too much, and the one we've seen has fetched a wicket for the International Warriors. The first wicket falls. Sohail Butt goes 50 for 1.
New batsman walking in, Hamad Ahmed, had a torrid time in the field. Gave away a couple of easy boundaries. Can he cover up with the bat? Tynes has a wicket to his name. After that first ball, 6. Just found his rhythm.
He'll have his tail up. And he looks like a good, decent bowler, hitting that good length, not allowing too much room to the batter. That first 6 that he did get hit was all about Shahir coming down the track and attacking him early. But other than that, he's bowled good deliveries. And one of those was to get rid of Sohail Butt. Oh, that's another slower one. Almost shaping in to the right-handed Hamad Ahmed. Not sure if he got anything off the bat there, but look at that shape. Wow.
Shaping up to play it towards the offside. Again, too close to cut. Just the one fielder on the leg side deep. And they have a short fine leg. Nobody in the circle. It's an easy 2 if you can get some bat on it.
Yes, but this is very good bowling from Steyn. He knows what his field is. He knows what his captain wants from him. And he's picked up that all-important first wicket for the International Warriors. 5 overs done, 50 for 1.
अच्छा ऐसा है ओके
फोकस खराब
तो मुझे पूरा 20 करना पड़ेगा
नहीं
Ranjit Nair will come into the attack. Another new bowler who starts off with a short one. Shahir, who's looked really good here for Emirates NBD, looks to cut that away. Doesn't make any connection whatsoever. Looks like a senior cricketer, this Ranjit Nair. The specs on. Very rarely do you see fast bowlers with specs on. Can be a difficult thing to do, wearing your specs and run in. And that's nicely cut away into the gap. And that, one day, if we will be cut off. Ooh, that's a very good effort, but unfortunately, the ball just get pushed onto the boundary line. That's a good welcome for Ahmed Khaja, who's just joined me.
Thank you very much, Samir. Wonderful cut shot. He had one opportunity, the previous ball missed out, but this time, beautifully placed. Good desperation from the fielder. Gave it an almighty chase, but just couldn't flip it back in. I think it was tiny stain once again. Yeah, got the technique wrong there. So it's been a pretty solid start here for Emirates NBD, keeping abreast with the required run rate.
Yeah, very similar to the way International Warriors started, except that Emirates have lost that 1 wicket early. But otherwise, they've looked like they're good to take this game deep in chase of the 202 that the International Warriors have set for them. A little bit of a delay. I think the ball got stuck under the fence, perhaps. And all the four fielders converging there to try and rescue it. But they seem to have got it now. Ranjit Nair has the ball back into his hands.
Well, teamwork makes the dream work. Sometimes you need to do something out of the box. So Ranjit Nair needs to bowl a lot straighter. He doesn't quite have the pace to bowl that length.
Short again. Looks to pull that one, Shahir. Shahir has been really good off the front foot when the ball has been pitched up to him. But every time you've dropped short to him, he seems to have struggles to make the connection. Almost takes his head away too early in trying to play that shot very hard.
Well, that square cut was on once again. Not sure why he was trying to hook the ball. Ranjit is tempting him. Once again, it's short and wide. So he's just not finding the right length here for this pitch.
I'll tell you what, we've seen a lot of movement off the seam this evening. If only we had some quality fast bowlers to get the best use of it. The best I've seen today so far was Shamim Ali. Although he was inconsistent with his lines and lengths, he had some good pace. But otherwise, a lot of the fast bowlers have been disappointing. Haven't been able to extract and make use of that swing and movement. This has been hammered up. Will it be taken? No, there is no fielder there. Will run away for a boundary. So big heave on the offside. He knew mid-off was up in the circle. So he had the liberty of taking that risk, Mohammad Shahir.
Yeah, slightly uncultured. Flat batted it over wideish mid-off. That's one heck of a willow in his hand. That went travelling at the speed of knots.
Very few things about T20 batting are cultured, Ahmed. Very few batters can make it look good. That has gone up. Will it be taken? The fielder doesn't seem to be in a comfortable position to take it. He's been trying that shot all evening for the shorter ones. He does make a connection, but not a good enough one. They'll run for a 2.
Well, considering fine leg was up, the shot was on. Genuine top edge, just beyond his reach. And Shahir has sailed into the 40s in quick time. Required run rate now lagging behind the current. And beats him outside off. 11 off the over. That will conclude power play. 61 for 1.
Thynestein will continue. He bowled a good first over, got rid of this dangerous Sohail Butt. And now he'll want to add to that tally of wickets, because that's the only way international warriors can keep chipping at this Emirates NBD batting lineup. Short and cut away again. They won't mind this. The singles were not going to hurt them. It's those boundaries that they need to dry up.
Well, now that the power play has expired, you can spread the field. There's that cover sweeper, long off, long on. Deep mid wicket. He also has a deep fine leg. Interesting. He's had a good all-round show so far. 30 odd with the bat. And the wicket of Sohail, but good, looks like a good honest seamer. Hits the seam. Powerful action. And mixes it up very nicely indeed.
Yes, this is good bowling by Thynus. He knows what exactly needs to be done on a track like this. He seems to have the measure of it. And that's an advantage you can have, especially if you're an all-rounder. When you've batted first on a track, you know what to come back and bowl and what kind of lengths and lines work on these tracks. And he seems to have got the measure of that. What they really will want now, international warriors, is the back of Shahir. Because then they will know they've made a serious dent into this Emirates batting lineup. That's been hammered. Was shot again. Shahir using those feet to good use, coming down the track. Almost expected Thynus to drop it short and made a good connection to put that out for a boundary.
Well, he changed his length, seeing him advance down the pitch. Good idea. But Shahir was just too smart and rightly spanked it over the top of cover point. He's played a brilliant innings, given them just the start for a big run chase.
Seems to be some struggle here for Thynus. Perhaps some muscle cramps on the thigh region. But no, he seems to be fine now. The first time this evening in the International Warriors bowling time that I'm seeing the towels coming out. We did see the Emirates NBD bowlers use it quite a bit. So yes, there are signs of dew, ball being wet. Slower this time. Shahir looks to make use of it. He did see it early, but didn't make the best of connections.
Well, he batted for a fair while in the middle, and a very short interlude till they're back in the field once again. It can get quite steamy out there, so maybe some loss of fluid making him cramp up. They need his 4 overs, that's for sure. Solid, stocky build. Must be having some of a rugby background as well. Gentle outswinger, not having a dip at that one. Shahir, imploring look at the umpire.
Not all cricketers have their way with the umpire, you'd agree, I'm sure.
Well,
after what has happened this
don't
afternoon.
get me started once again, Samir. We could talk about this for the next week, months and years. Controversy and drama at the MCG. Well, that's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes. Still only 12 runs off his 2 overs. Down the leg side. Oh, he's gotten away with that one.
That's been the difference, honestly. It's been the difference, the fielding so far. They've held on to their catches. They've stopped those 1s and 2s inside the circle. And because of that, Emirates NBD have only managed, it might seem big, but they've managed 67 for 1 in their 7 overs.
Ranjit Nair will continue. Now he'll have the luxury of a spread field as well. So he's reinforcing that leg side region. There's a deep fine leg and a deep square leg. So I guess he doesn't want to pitch the ball up anytime soon.
Oh, that's very nicely played. That's a ramp shot. We've not seen any of that all evening. But Mohammad Shahir gets to his 50 with a very stylish looking ramp shot. Look at that. He was expecting the short ball and he was in the perfect position to play that shot.
Ingenuity there from Mohammad Shahir. What a way to greet your 50. He's looked rock solid at the crease tonight. And Ranjit Nair immediately under pressure as well. Very clean knock. One maximum and 8 boundaries. Excellent strike rate. And looking for plenty more. They need plenty more as well. Trying to slash that behind point. And he feels he's missed out.
And that's the length that's worked for them so far, International Warriors. They shouldn't be trying things that haven't worked for them too much. That good length, just moving away from the right-hand batter. They've struggled in that regard, on that length. Ranjit will want to be a bit more disciplined. Goes for the short one again. Looks for a big heave. Mohammad Shahir makes no connection.
Well, he's consistently bowling that hard length. So I don't see the need for you to just move around at the crease, step out. You can sort of premeditate on the back foot. The leg side boundary is the shorter one from the school end. So if you make that decent connection, you'll get a maximum.
They've placed the fielders there for that. Deep fine leg and the deep square leg.
Just like that.
This time it looks to go full, but Mohammad Shahir is equal to the task. Outside the off stump. I think that was a slower delivery attempted by Ranjit. And that's cut away very nicely.
Well, there you go. Pardon me, Samir. Just as I said, camp on the back foot. Wait for him to make a mistake. It was too slow, short and wide. And he's picked the gap like a surgeon. Wonderful shot. The counter-attack is on. 2 boundaries in the over already. Pulled behind fine leg and add 4 more to the tally for Shahir.
This is not working for International Warriors. I'm not sure what exactly they are trying with this tactic. That is the short boundary. Yes, they have the fielders there. But the margin for error, especially when you don't have much pace, is very, very little. These are easy pickings for the Emirates NBD batters. Ranjit, last ball now, will want to finish well. This has been picked up once again. Will it be a chance? A fielder does try to get underneath it, but it goes to him just on the bump. 8 overs completed now. Going along at a very healthy run rate of 10 per over. 80 for 1.
Well, taking a look at the Manhattan, where their Emirates NBD are matching the International Warriors shot for shot. 123 needed of 12 overs. Required run rate of 10.2. I think we're going to have a thrilling finish to this contest here at the Arabian Cricket League.
It's been a good day for cricket, hasn't it? We've had the 2 World Cup games this morning. Sri Lanka.
It depends who you ask.
I was going to get to the first result. It's been a good day for us, at least, the Sri Lankans.
Commanding performance by the Lions. I was slightly disappointed with the Irish, to be honest.
Well, keeping personal biases aside, Ahmed, you've got to appreciate the quality of cricket that was played today. And yes, there may have been some controversies and some drama, but there was some very good cricket on display from both sides. Yes, the margins are very small. You win some, you lose some. But you've got to appreciate.
Taranga Jayasinghe into the bowling attack, and that's a very soft single conceded there to short third. That should never have been one.
Yeah, when you're inside the circle, you're there to stop that single, not to give it away easily. Taranga Jayasinghe, what a wonderful knock he played with the bat, 68 of 32. Now he's here with the ball to try and break this partnership, and Shami Mali lets him down. No, you can't feel like that. You just cannot feel like that when the team is at 85 for 1 and you're defending 202.
Well, that's just sloppy. There's no other word for it. Straightforward fielding effort. And that's poor technique. Let the ball go beyond him. Didn't get the barrier down. Good looking cut behind point as well. Look at that timing. Absolutely glorious.
Back-to-back boundaries. Hamad Ahmed now joining the party. It was Shihar who was doing all the heavy lifting for Emirates NBD, but Hamad Ahmed says, all right, it's my turn now. I'm going to show the world what a good batter I am. Honestly, this isn't bad bowling from Taranga Jayasinghe, but some very smart batting here. Picked the gap to perfection.
Once again, he has a deep extra cover in an unorthodox position, trying to protect the straight boundaries as much as possible. They left that gap behind point. Oh, flicked! Over square leg. And straight to the fielder. Well, a soft dismissal, but Taranga Jayasinghe could care less.
Well, caught by a Sri Lankan, bowled by a Sri Lankan, and it's a wicket for the international warriors. That's the most important thing. It was there to be hit. It was nicely flicked and picked up by Hamad Ahmed. Unfortunately for him, he found the lone fielder there on the leg side, Dion, doing the fielding quite well on this occasion. So 2 wickets down now, Emirates NBD 89 for 2.
Charuka Raveen, left-hand batter, coming in at number 4. This is a crucial stage of the game, Samir.
Sri Lankan bowling to a Sri Lankan now. This is a little mini battle here. Taranga picks up that all-important wicket, the one that they needed. This is a faster one, pushed it through, dropped it short. Will be a single then. Charuka will get off the strike. He did bowl really well for Emirates NBD.
Yeah, wonderful spell around the wicket, bowling those top spinners. Mohammad Shahir holds the key to this contest. As long as he's out there, Emirates will believe. Oh, look at that one, just jagging in across the right-hander. Interesting variation there from Taranga Jayasinghe. Mixing it up beautifully. 91 for 2 at the end of 9 overs.
Dion Stouter come back into the attack. 2 overs 20 he's given away. They'll look at him to try and get rid of the dangerous Mohammad Shahir. He's been around for too long now. International warriors will want to see he's back. Then is when they will feel that they're truly in this game. Until he's around, Emirates will believe that they can get over this line. These targets set by the international warriors of a 202.
The captain ringing the changes here. I think Tynestein may not be fit enough to bowl, or perhaps saving him for the death. Swept all along the carpet. Only for 1.
Probably the first genuine sweep shot that I've seen all evening. We've seen slugs. We've seen them hitting it up in the air, down on one knee. But this was a proper sweep shot all around the ground. Shows us that Shahir has also got those kind of shots in his armory. It's not a one-dimension player who just likes to tonk the ball. which is good to have, a very good asset to have when you can do both.
Most certainly. Required run rate just a tick above 10. And this matchup will certainly suit the bowler. That's become the buzzword in cricket these days, Samir. Matchups.
Yeah, when you have so many options to select from, you've got bowlers and batters who are all in form, then your selections are always based on opponents, isn't it? You look to match up between players, left armers bowling to right hand batters, leg spinners bowling to left hand batters. So much that goes on, and all of this is because data collection has become such an important thing. So much of analysis is data driven. You look at past records of those players.
Absolutely. And the best example of that is a recently retired all-rounder for Pakistan, Mohammad Hafiz. The way he used to bowl to left-handers, he was absolutely devastating. And that certainly made the ears stand up of the statisticians. They're like, hang on, what's going on here? And when you dig deeper, off-spin against left-handers was very effective indeed. That has been smoked down the ground. Good fielding there. That ball was travelling.
Similarly for Sri Lanka, the one example I can think of is Dhananjay De Silva. Right arm off spin, very innocuous, very regular kind of off spin. Ashmari loves bowling to left-handers. Gets a good shape away from them. This has been a good over from Dion. He hasn't been too loose. Just when I say that, good Lord, talk about the commentator's curse. But this has been a very good fielding effort down in the deep.
Well, nothing tiny about that from Thynes. Brilliant fielding effort, saved a certain boundary. Take a look at this wonderful late dab there from Charuka. And this was absolutely outstanding from Thynes Stain as well. Superb technique to save the boundary. 96 for 2 at the halfway stage. Well, Taranga Jayasena continues, slashed behind point. Good fielding this time by short third. And slipping into the com box, just like the fielder there. It's Abdurrahman Tariq. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ahmed Khwaja. Emirates NBD Cricket Club putting up a nice effort here in this run chase. They've not let that required run rate go up into the 11s or 12s, just keeping it in check.
Yeah, this game is simmering nicely, building up to a thrilling finale. Outside edge, and well, that's another very poor effort. He will rein it in though. They're pushing for 3 on the throw. Excellent running.
Well, the outfielding has been topsy-turvy to say the least. We saw brilliant effort from Thynes saving a boundary, and then this misfield giving away 2 extra runs. The 100 coming up for the Emirates NBD Cricket Club in 10.2 overs.
Well, that's very good time indeed. Driven to wideish. Long off. Shahir, he's looking in complete command at the moment. 65 of just 38.
Well, Ahmed Khwaja, this is a very interesting field for the right-hander. They had a deep point, deep cover and long off. So the plan is to keep it outside off stump to the right-hander. It's Charuka, the lefty, on strike now.
Well, Taranga Jayasinghe, he's just mixing it up. Some leg cutters there. He's getting a lot of grip off the surface. Wily bowler, mixing it up beautifully. Just take a look here, Abdurrahman. He's putting some cut on the seam there of the ball. Bowled, that was a half tracker. And they're going to push for 2 on the throw here. And it's at the wrong end. Good running.
Well, the fielder choosing to throw that towards the wicket keeper. It's an 80-meter throw. And Mohammad Shahir in from ball 1. Still quick between the wickets. Well, his name might be Tharanga, but he's bowling like Hasaranga. Quick delivery again. Oh, really well played. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant cricket from Mohammad Shahir. Just about expecting that quicker delivery, and he's guided it past the wicket-keeper's gloves for a boundary. 108 for the loss of 2 wickets in 11 overs.
Dion Stouter into his final over. Done for 25. He's done a reasonable job. He'd desperately like a wicket in his final over here, especially that of Mohammad Shahir, who's batting beautifully. Taken on the full there from Charuka. And they're going to push for 2 here once again on the misfield. Well, that will be the difference in this match if Emirates NBD get the W.
Yeah, about 15 runs given away because of those misfields. Again, very interesting field placing here. They've got a short mid-wicket, nobody deep on that mid-wicket fence with the left-hander batting. Plays it straight down the ground. It's a beautiful hit. Racing away to the boundary.
Sparkling feet of Charuka. Love the way he created that shot. Look at that footwork. And taken on the half volley. Smacked. No chance for the wideish long off. The flurry of boundaries refuses to stop.
The current run rate is just about catching up. 10.06 required run rate, 10.27. 114 on the board already. Charuka looking very good. Cuts it hard, beats that third man fielder, gets another boundary. Back-to-back boundaries. This Emirates NBD run chase is definitely on.
Well, is that Mr. Charuka or Mr. Sangakkara? Look at that late cut. Absolutely glorious. Brilliant, brilliant batting against spin.
Well, Samir right behind us. Not sure if he's happy or if he's confused. We're comparing the players to the legends.
Well, we gave about 20 million thousand runs to Sangakkara, the Pakistani spinners over the years. Goodness me, that man used to hammer us for fun. Was absolutely sick of the sight of him. Meanwhile, I'm loving the sight of Charuka, 20 of 11.
Yeah, after that boundary, just flicking it down towards that fine leg fielder and pushing hard, getting to intelligent cricket, good cricket from the left-hander. 10 runs off this, 12 runs off this over already. 2 more deliveries to go.
And on paper, Abdurrahman, this matchup was supposed to suit the bowler here. But the way he's manipulated the angles, stepping to that foolish delivery, driving it down the ground, then that late cut, that shows a very smart, very intelligent batter. Excellent batting against spin.
Well, all those beautiful stroke-making shots. It's Mohammad Shahir who continues his merry ways. agricultural slog over mid-wicket for a maximum. Very, very expensive over. Very expensive spell from Dion.
Dragging it from outside off. And that's a sweet connection into the grass banks. Very expensive over here. None for 44 on the night for Dion. 127 for 2. Samir Mishra into the attack now with some floated leggies. Slightly wide of off. A bit harsh there, I reckon.
Yeah, he's disappointed by the decision from the umpire. Slow, loopy, tossed up delivery. And he chased that, the batsman.
For once, Charuka looked ungainly against spin. And it's gone through the hands once again. Well, they certainly need to work on their fielding drills on their off days here. Very disappointing outfield cricket.
Right through the hands once more. It's contagious, this fielding effort. Everyone conceding boundaries. Through the hands, through the legs. Again, slow loopy delivery. No timing on that at all.
When Charuka is admonishing himself, I think he hit the pause button waiting for the ball to reach him. Lost his timing. 25 of 14. This partnership has grown to 43 runs in very quick time indeed. Perhaps taking the game away from the Warriors. Full toss, slapped towards cow corner and into the fence in a jiffy.
Well, this seems like a throwdown session now. Just tossing it up. It's a hit me ball, full toss. And he's placed it, bisected the two fielders perfectly. Charuka 29 of 15 deliveries. Anyone batting with a strike rate of about 200 is just giving this chase momentum. Mohammad Shahir on the other end on 77 not out of 41.
Well, this has been a very questionable bowling change. 9 runs conceded already in 3. He's not landing the ball well. And he's been smacked for boundaries as well. Struggling to grip the ball. Don't see a towel near him either. That's a better delivery. Squeezed away to point. And they'll still get 1 run.
Well, just before that ball was delivered, there was a field change. They've got 4 fielders on the leg side, right at the edge of the rope. Square leg, deep mid wicket. A fielder between the two of them and a long on. And nobody out deep on the offside for the left-hander. And then he tosses up the delivery outside off and lets them take a single.
Yeah, not really bowling to his field either. Meanwhile, the man of the moment, Mohammad Shahir, back on strike. He's played a commanding knock. Hit hard over mid-wicket. Should have found the gap there. I think he'll be disappointed to have missed out.
He just tried to hit the ball too hard. Again, for our viewers, that is the biggest boundary. So you have to get timing and power to clear that fielder. Now back on strike, Charuka. Last ball of the 13th over. Can he make it count? Yes, he does. It doesn't matter. You could have all 10 fielders here on the leg side. He's still going to clear them. What a hit from Charuka. Another expensive over, 17 of it, and 144 on the board at the end of 13. Well, our stats guru right next to us has told us 48 runs have scored in the last 3 overs. And Ahmed Khwaja,
Please stop saying that number.
that did happen today in the afternoon as well.
Well, our scorer and stats guru Mufaddal is really having the time of his life tonight, reminding us of those heart-wrenching numbers. Meanwhile, Shamim Ali, he needs to make something happen here, right now.
Yes, he does have to pull a rabbit out of his hat, get a wicket, get a breakthrough here. Slower delivery attempted first up. Interesting choice from the fast bowler. And Mohammad Shahir has done well, taken a single and gone on the other end is Charuka. Batting very well, 36 of 17.
He's been super impressive. I've really enjoyed his batting. Languid, elegant style. Really strong against spin. Let's see how he goes about it against the seam bowlers. Taking a look at the field for Shamim Ali. He has deep cover, long off, long on, deep fine leg as well, and the deep square. Around the wicket. Oh, that just got tied up. Slower bouncer there. Didn't come on to Charuka as he expected.
A good bowling. This is a good plan. That was a ball to his field with fine leg and square leg deep. He has to get a good connection, Charuka, to get a boundary. And then bowls that slower bouncer, sticks in the wicket. Rarely used by the fast bowlers. Something new to T20 cricket.
Flicked past the fine leg, but he's done a wonderful diving stop there, saved a certain boundary there. Well, that's the desperation you need in the field.
Oh yeah, that's what I was talking about. Mixed bag in the field for the international warriors. Some brilliant ground fielding. And then misfields and catches dropped. Consistency is the name of the game. If you want to win the big matches against the big teams, you can't afford to have an off day in the field.
They need a good over from Shamim Ali. Mohammad Shahid. Oh, another misfield. Well, how many runs have they conceded? Pushing for 2. And they've stolen 2 there. And he's flinged it down the ground for a 6. Well, it's all going pear-shaped for the Warriors. Disastrous fielding.
Well, as Nasir Hussain said, buzzers. Absolute scenes here at the ICC Academy. What should have been a dot ball converted to 6 runs. 2 taken when that ball was fielded. And then Shamim Ali throwing that ball really hard. The fielder, well, he was right. That bat stuck right in front of that white line. Would have been a run out. And nobody backing up.
Well, it must be Mohammad Shahir's night. Oh, the ramp shot. He's done it again. And it's gone. Has it gone for 6? 1 bounce 4. He's 11 runs away from what would be a sparkling 100 and the second of the tournament.
Yeah, and he's deserved it. That shot played right there shows that he's in the zone. Didn't try to go across the line. Played that ramp shot. You have to be aware as a batsman. That's when you execute that shot really well.
Well, the over started really well, and then the wheels came off. And that seems to be the apt expression to describe this fielding effort from the international warriors. Very, very poor indeed. They need to pull their socks up. Has he edged it? Yes, he has. Well, Shamim Ali gets his revenge. And desperately unlucky is Mohammad Shahir. Dismissed for 89.
Oh, he was trying to be cheeky. He was outside off stump. Again, just trying to guide that down to third man. It was a risky shot. He's livid with himself. And Shamim Ali, even though he's conceded 12 runs, has the big breakthrough. That's why he was brought in. 156 for 3. Shahir walks out for a well-deserved 89 of 46. With a strike rate of 193.
Ranjit, new bowler copy.
Muzammil, the new batter, striding out at number 5. And now the onus is on Charuka to guide the innings. Smacked over mid-wicket. Oh, that's a good fielding effort from Tiny Stain. Saved. He went for the catch as well, just couldn't get there.
Yeah, put his body on the line. Good to see that. He's been one of the better fielders for this International Cricket Warriors team. Saved a couple of boundaries. This time, as he said, trying to go for that catch, just falling short.
Muzammil Charan yet to face Ranjit Nair. Well, can he bank us in on his experience? A beautiful flick in the air. Work for the deep square leg fielder. They're going to challenge the throw. And the big square out there, they'll make it with plenty of time to spare.
Good confident shot to get off the mark.
Yeah, the batting tonight has been nothing short of spectacular from both sides. The fielding has left much to be desired. So we'll see plenty of high scoring games with both. Should be an exciting Arabian Cricket League season. Off cutter, nicely cut away, square of the wicket, and that will caress the fence for a boundary.
Oh, it's very wide. Probably would have been given so by the umpire, but he chased it and found the gap. Very good looking shot this from Muzammil.
Once again, that insistence of having a deep extra cover, it makes absolutely no sense to me. If he's going to hit you in that region, he deserves a 4. Just nipped off the surface. Oh, has he been run out here? Trying to be cheeky, Nazakat Ali. That's not on. That's not within the spirit of cricket. Another controversial topic.
Ooh, spirit of cricket. As you said, controversial. He probably should have just thrown the ball if he knew the batsman is outside the crease.
And did they even appeal though? I think they just had a look at the leg umpire. Nothing much more than that. Trying to force it through the offside. Well, you've left that gap. And they've taken an easy single. Over has not been too bad though. 8 runs off it. Can he close it out well? They still need to get those remaining 30 odd runs. Easier said than done.
That boundary that they conceded, Ahmed, as you said, just a poor field placing, but this time nothing poor about that. Charuka is enjoying himself.
42 of 21. Look at the confidence and swagger, just stepping into that one and flinging it to the mid-wicket boundary. 168 for 3 at the end of 15.
Five more overs to go. 30 deliveries, 35 runs to win for the Emirates NBD Cricket Club. And right on cue, as Tyner Steyn comes into bowl, it's Sameer who joins me in the comm box.
It's been one entertaining debut for me, I can tell you that, tonight. Sunday night here in Dubai. Couldn't have asked for a better way to spend it. Steyn. Oh, look at that, respect. Last 5 overs of the game. And that's the kind of shot you see from Muzammil, who gets off strike, and quite rightly so, gives it to Charuka, who's batted beautifully tonight.
Yeah, what they don't want to do, the Emirates NBD Cricket Club, is just try to chase this total down by doing singles and doubles. Don't want to add pressure on yourself. Don't leave 8 or 9 runs in the last over. We've seen some interesting things happen when you need 6 or 7 even in the last over. Try to finish this off early. This is a very long tournament. They have a lot of games to come. Net run rate is going to play a crucial role in this Arabian Cricket League.
What a shot. What a beauty. Left-hander getting on the front foot, hitting it right behind the bowler's head. I'll tell you what, it can't get prettier than that in the game of cricket. What a good looking shot.
We'll take a bow. Charuka. Sameer right next to me. And I dare say he is reminding us of that left-hander from Sri Lanka, Kumara Sangakkara. He would have been proud of that.
Wait till you see me batting, Abdurrahman. Full again, looks to sweep that again. Wrong line there by Tyner Steyn. Being punished with a boundary. In fact, it's a 4 off the bat, and that brings up the half century for Charuka. What a fine innings this has been. He's matched his Sri Lankan counterpart for the other side, who played a beautiful 50, Taranga Jayasinghe. But Charuka says, hold on, my countrymen. I can do one better than you. What an innings this has been.
And a crucial moment as well when he walked in. There were 2 wickets down, 2 quick wickets. But he's kept his foot on the pedal. 52 of 23 deliveries. Strike rate of above 220. Didn't let the loose bowling go unpunished. And some poor fielding helping him as well.
Coming round the wicket now, Finest. In fact, it's gone. That rather innocuous way of getting out around the wicket, a full delivery. Charuka looking to guide that down at mid-wicket, but he finds that single fielder at short mid-wicket there for the catch like that. So against a run of play, Emirates NBD lose a wicket.
Well, a new batsman walking in now. And can the International Cricket Warriors put pressure on him? In the meantime, Charuka, brilliant knock from him. 52 of 24, 179 for the loss of 4 wickets now. Emirates NBD Cricket Club.
Well, one Sri Lankan departs and another Sri Lankan walks in. Lahiru Malwatta is the man to walk in, and he'll be facing Thainestein, who's picked up 2 wickets, 2 very important wickets for International Warriors. And suddenly International Warriors will feel that they are still in this game. 24 to get off 26 deliveries. Don't write them off yet. They've picked up the informed man, Charuka. And a good ending here to this over will be important for them. Yeah, that's the thing. That inconsistency is what is been the problem for International Warriors. A 4 off wide, so that'll be 5 runs. All the pressure that they built by picking up that wicket has been given away.
Yeah, 5 wides, just criminal in the T20 format. Especially when you're defending a low score now. The required run rate just before that 5 wides was about 5.5. Now it's gone down to 4. And you have to bowl that ball again. If you concede another boundary here, that's like 9 runs coming off one delivery.
It's been a problem with all the bowlers that we've seen tonight. The inconsistency. And when they've bowled straight like that, the batters have struggled to get them away.
Yeah, sometimes trying a bit too much. Trying to go for that wonder ball. Trying to swing that ball in from outside off stump. And you lose the position of your wrist. It's not easy for the wicketkeeper as well. Nobody has shot fine leg.
This is good bowling, not giving him any pace. Good comeback after that wide and 4 runs. So in the end, he does finish well. This over, 2 for 29 off his 3 overs. So just 19 required now for Emirates NBD. They've got 6 wickets in hand and 4 overs to go. Right then. Taranga, the man who did it with the bat for International Warriors, is bowled well. 2 overs, 1 for 23. He'll want to now pick up another wicket, maybe 2 if he can, to really dent this batting performance from Emirates. They look good, this batting team. They're on course to try and close this game. 19 just required of 24 deliveries. They've had a very good outing. Yes, they didn't bowl and field all too well, but their batting has put its hand up, assisted by some very ordinary bowling and fielding. That's got to be said.
Oh, it's going to be a run out. Well, we were talking about the fielding. This time they've done well, but you have to say there was very poor running from Muzammil. No idea where he was going. And in the end, he's just run all the way to the dugout.
It was straight to the fielder, never a run there, never a run there. In fact, he didn't even have to work too hard to pick up that ball. It was straight in his hands. Never a run there. Lahiru denying him immediately. In the end, costing the wicket of Muzammil. So another wicket goes down, 184 for 5 now. Taranga may not have picked up a wicket off his bowling, but that run out helping his team's cause. He'll bowl to Akhlaq Ahmed with the luminous pads. Another quick single attempted, but the throw is not on course. They'll try to run one for the overthrow, but it's not on. I'm not sure why they're franting so much. It's an easy target to get to now. They just require an 18 runs. They've batted so well tonight. Suddenly, they have pressed the panic buttons for no reason.
Yeah, I have no clue. As you said, what's the panic? You need 5 runs in over from here. You have 5 wickets in hand. They're going for those impossible singles. Lahiru is back on strike. And going for that slog over mid-wicket. It's a tale of 2 different halves in their batting lineup, that's for sure. The top 4 batsmen, so good technically. Running between the wickets was so good as well. And all of a sudden, they're just losing the plot.
This has been hammered nicely. Will the fielder cut it off though? Yes, he does. It's a good effort. It can be very tough fielding in these conditions. We've seen how slippery it is. We've seen how wet the ball can be. But this is what makes a difference, isn't it? That extra bit of commitment, that extra yard that you put in, that extra run that you save. This is what contributes towards that difference between winning and losing a game. Again hammered. Will that go in the gap? Once again, a very good effort there. Shamim Ali this time, down at long on. Just be a single.
They're still throwing the bat at everything. The Emirates NBD batsmen. This time it was Akhlaq. I beg your pardon, Lahiru. Going down to long on. Akhlaq back on strike. Tries to cut that ball and cut it hard. It's a dot ball to finish the 17th over. Just 4 runs coming off it. They're keeping up the International Warriors, not giving in at all. 188 for 5 now. Emirates NBD for the loss of 5 wickets in 17.
Right, a very crucial over coming up here by Thyner Steyn, who's bowled well this evening. Yes, he's bowled a couple of loose ones here and there, given away some wides, some very expensive ones. But this over will be make or break for his team. At least I get the feel. Single there, down leg side. Lahiru will get off strike. Akhlaq Ahmed will take the strike now. So 14 required of 17. If Thyner can pick up a wicket or 2 in this over, then we really have a good finish at our hands. These 2 are new batters, remember. The good batters are back in the hut. It was Shahir who laid the foundation on the top, and then Charuka played a binder of an innings. Oh, that will definitely be called a no ball. That will surely be called a no ball. Yes, it is. So, a single, in fact an extra run, and a free hit will be signalled shortly.
Well, Akhlaq will breathe a sigh of relief. He's been struggling with the bat. A free hit is exactly what you need at this stage. And Thyner Steyn, well, as you said, Samir, just losing the plot here. This had to be a very good over. A good ball, the free hit ball, and an attempted run out. Thyner Steyn needed a direct hit. but he's missed.
Well, he's a big man, would have taken some time getting down, but there was a good effort by him to try and effect that run out. Let's take a look at that again. Good ball there, not an easy one to hit for a free hit. Got to the ball quite quickly, but was unable to target those stumps. Had he been able to get that, would have been a good wicket for them. International Warriors would have been right back into the game. They still are though. 12 required of 16. These two batters haven't looked comfortable at all. They've struggled to make a proper connection. It seems as if Emirates NBD has run out of their good batters, and now this is the bottom half of their team that doesn't seem to be, batting doesn't seem to be their best suited skill.
I just need less than a run a ball. And again, the International Warriors must be thinking, can they pull it back here to maybe 7 of the last over, even 6? See if they can defend that. Thaines, very well bowled. It's in the air. The captain is settling under it and he's dropped it. Can you believe it? Unbelievable scenes here at the ICC Academy. Thaines deserved that wicket. International Warriors needed it. And the captain has dropped a chance. And it was a dolly.
Giving away this game, International Warriors. They've batted so well this evening, but their fielding and their catching has been a real disappointment. The bowlers have bowled their heart out. Yes, despite there being a few full tosses, we have to be a little bit more lenient. Abdul Rahman, it's easier for us sitting here inside this comfortable AC box and talking about where they should be bowling, but I'm sure the ball is very wet, it's hard to grip. As you can see once again, Thaines reaching out for that towel, trying to wipe it. Very difficult to grip in these conditions. So, a big last ball coming up here. No real effort from the fielder at the short cover at all. They will run too. Goes to the deep. The fielder had long off doing all the clearing work. That'll be the end of the over. 195 for 5. Emirates NBD require 8 runs.
The new bowler bowling the 19th over is Shamim. He's gone for a few runs, but he's their premier fast bowler. And Samir, they want him to get a wicket here.
Yes, and he'll trouble these two batters. We've seen these two batters struggle to make a connection. They don't seem to be the most technically correct batters in this team. And I think it's the right choice from the captain to bring his premier fast bowler on. We have a deep third man. Long on, long off. And a deep mid wicket in the boundary. The rest of the fielders are inside the circle. There's a good ploy.
Yeah, I'd bring in a couple of more fielders though, Samir. If they get a boundary, well, that's good for them. But that should not have been the single. You want to get a couple of dot balls in together. Bring a cover fielder in. Put pressure on these two. Let them go for that suicidal single.
That's too big a gap there. When you're trying to bowl that full delivery, at least the Yorker length, you're gonna miss it every once in a while, and that's an easy drive for the batter to cross over for single. Remember, you're only just defending 7 of 10. Good observation there by you, Abdul Rahman. Mixing it up now, a short stuff from Shamim Ali.
Yeah, if he's going to be bowling short, wide, outside off stump, get that mid-off fielder in as well. That top edge most often just lands inside the circle. Get those fielders in. 7 runs needed. And they've got about 9 deliveries to go. They need to get a few dot balls. A wicket here would place this match perfectly.
I think what Shamim Ali is thinking here is he's seen that these two batters aren't the most technically sound, so he's going to stick to that test match length of a good length, just make sure he keeps beating them, get together 3 more dot balls. That's what he's thinking. Look, the batter is struggling to make a connection. He's got no clue because he's fast and he's hitting that good length.
And the captain has actually put a deep point fielder now. So instead of bringing fielders in, they're taking fielders out. But as you said, the plan is there. Wide, outside, off stump. But this is a very risky ploy here. Just outer half of the bat. And the ball is going to go racing away.
Yeah, he's trusting his bowler to stick to that 4th stump line. Don't give away too much room. And because he has the pace, he believes that he won't allow the batter to get any bat onto it. But you never know. That's what he's looking for. I told you. Beat him with pace. Don't give him any room. That's exactly what Shamim Ali is looking for. This has been a brilliant over. Just 1 run given away. Suddenly, it's down to run a ball when he was looking so comfortable for Emirates NBD.
Well, the question for the International Warriors is now going to be who will bowl the last over. Will they go for pace? I'm not sure if Ranjit Nair still has an over up his sleeve. Will they go for a spin option?
One thing's for sure, we are in for a frantic finish tonight. Not the first time today. In a couple of close, in fact just one close finish. I'd like to remind you that Sri Lanka bossed the game that they played this morning, unlike the other 2 Asian neighbours. Really, it was a superb game to watch. But this one here turning out to be another cracker. May not be at the same standard and may not be at the same level yet. It's a game we love and it's a game we enjoy. Last ball. This time it's been cut away, but there is a fielder there, just like you said, the deep point fielder. Shamim Ali there, running all the way up to the keeper's mark and making sure that's collected. He doesn't want to give away too many runs in this over. Just 2 off it, superb bowling. 6 required of the last over, 197 for 5.
Well, that over from Samay Mishra, that's the difference for me right there, Samir. All other bowlers just keeping that run rate in check. Ranjit Nair, no, they've gone for Taranga. Taranga bowling the last over. The spinner against Lahiru and Akhlaq.
Mystery Simmer.
Talk about spinners bowling last overs.
No, too soon, man. Too soon. Too soon, Samir.
6 of 6 Taranga. He's bowled well actually this evening. He's shown control with his bowling, and that's why the captain of International Warriors, trusting him to do the job for his team. Let's see the field then. There's a deep square leg. There is a long off, a long on. Is there someone on the offside? No, the offside. There is one fielder in the deep. Full. Oh, that's taken an edge. That might just run away to the boundary. No, it doesn't. There is a fielder there. They'll try to go for a 2. Not the best of throws.
Out.
Will that be out? The umpire shakes his head and says, nope, very sorry. That will be 2 runs.
I'm scratching my head here. That fielder should have been at short fine leg. He's at square leg, inside half of the bat, and rolls away down towards that fine leg field. There, exactly where that ball has gone. There is where you place that short fine leg fielder. Should have been just 1. In the end, they've given away 2. And good call by the umpire. That was not out.
An underarm throw when you're defending 6 runs in the last over is just not on. Right then, 4 required of 5. Let's see what they're doing now. Third man is up in the circle, so is fine leg. So playing with fire here.
There's a wicket coming here. I can sense it. Oh, it's an inside edge. Unbelievable. Very lucky. And they're going for a run as well. Is that a run out? Yes, it is. A comedy of errors here. The non-striker is on the ground. He's fallen down. Akhlaq had no clue what he was doing. Going for a double, then coming back. And in the end, they've gotten a run out. They do have that one run that they needed. But a run out in effect, a wicket gone. And in all that carnage, Emirates NBD has scored 200 runs.
What have I signed up for? This looks a lot of fun, and at the same time, it's very entertaining. 200 for 5, Emirates NBD.
Well, it's the captain who's come in, Mohammad Yasir. They only need 3 runs to win. 4 more deliveries to go. I just say only because it should be academic from here. And they're appealing for a stumping. It's a dot ball. Pressure, pressure, pressure.
I'll tell you what, Taranga has figured out that all these batters, they're probably the biggest weak link is on that offside. And that's why he's peppering that length every ball. He's coming in, just throwing it there with all his might and strength. But the risk with that is you get one edge and it's all over.
Well, all the fielders on the offside.
Oh, he's hammered that, he's heaved that, and the fielder has also made a meal of it. Wow, talk about an anti-climax. Quite fittingly so. Emirates NBD get to the target with a misfield. That's been the story of tonight, Abdur Rahman.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the misfields that have been the reason for International Warriors not winning this game. They've easily given away about 25 odd runs in the field, and that is the difference right there. Well, in the end, you can't take anything away from Emirates NBD Cricket Club. They have won this game with 4 wickets in hand, 204 for the loss of 6 with 2 more deliveries to go. Oh, what a finish, what a game we've had today.
Yeah, starting off with Mohammad Shahid at the top, 89 of 46. Well, he looked really good at top. Missed out on his century, was going really well. And then there was a bit of a wobble with a couple of quick wickets, but then came Charuka Ravin, the Sri Lankan, played some delightful strokes, the left-hander, 52 of 24 for him. Really set the tone for this chase through those middle overs. And then a little bit of confusion, a couple of run-outs, but then in the end, Lahiru Malwat stayed on, along with Mohammad Yasir, who came and heaved that towards the leg side. And take a look at that, the bottom left, 18 extras, probably too much. International Warriors, that's where they paid the price and gave away this target of 202 in the end with 2 balls to spare.
Yeah, lacking discipline in the field with the bowling, 18 extras, 2 of them 5 wides, and that's the bowling card right there. Shamim Ali bowled a very good last over, 37 conceded in his 4. It was Tynastain who picked up 2 wickets but gave away a lot of extras, and Taranga Jayasinghe, the 1 wicket to his name, had the impossible task of defending 7 in the last over, almost pulled it off. In the end, it was Emirates NBD Cricket Club, the victors here, 204 for the loss of 6 wickets with just 2 deliveries to go. It was a nail-biter of sorts in the end. And some poor fielding, you have to say. That was a story. Well, that's the summary. 202 International Warriors managed after being put into bat. Taranga Jayasinghe, 68 of 32 deliveries. Hasib Lashari, 38 of 23. And a couple of 30s from Shrivanta and Tynastain. Akhlaq Haider, Mohammad Yasir, the captain, picking up 2 wickets each. And then in the run chase, it was Mohammad Shahir, 89 of 46. The match-winning innings right there. And Charuka, 52 of 24, gave them the momentum they needed to go across the line. Tynastain picking up 2 wickets. And the last misfield from Tynas was when they hit the winning runs. Emirates NBD Cricket Club winning the game by 4 wickets and getting the first 2 points for their team in the SkyExchange.net ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League 2022-23 powered by Fan Code. Well, the cricket will keep coming here in the Academy Arabian Cricket League. It's the footprint defenders, beg your pardon, versus the Rajkot Thunders. Match number 9 will be on the 25th of October. We'll have a rest day tomorrow, and I can tell you we have deserved the rest after some high-scoring games. In the meantime, we'll sign off from the Combox, but we'll go down to Ahmed Khwaja, who is going to be with the match referee and the man of the match of this exciting encounter.
Audio test, 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 test. Audio test, test, test. Okay. Give me like this. Arvind, Arvind. पता नहीं की ना इस तरह ही है Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and we welcome everyone to the post-match presentation of the SkyX.net ICC Academy Arabian Cricket League, powered by Fan Code. Before we begin, firstly, we would like to thank the ICC Academy and all the administration involved behind the scenes for its support in hosting this level of a tournament. We would also like to thank our sponsors, our title sponsor SkyX.net, our official streaming partner Fan Code, and our event partner TCM. In the 8th match of the tournament, Emirates NBD Cricket Club has defeated ICW by just 4 wickets. What a thrilling run chase that was. Commencing ahead, we will now be announcing the name of the player of the match. The award will be presented by Mr. Iftikhar Ali, our match referee. And the player of the match award goes to Mohammad Shahir for his outstanding innings of 89 of just 46 balls. He came in as opener and was absolutely devastating, attacking pace and spin and taking the team home. Shahir, let's have a few words. 203 was the target. What was the feeling in the dugout at the halfway stage?
No, we have a good batting lineup and we trust each other. So I was pretty okay that we'll just go and it's just a 10 runs per over. We will initially first 6 overs we will utilize it, and first we put on 10 10 per over, and then 60 runs in the first 6 overs. And wicket loss, I think we were par there, and I was pretty confident that once we get to 60, and then obviously we have good hitters in the back end, so we will try to get there.
A tinge of disappointment for missing out on the 100?
Not really. I mean, we haven't played cricket for like almost 2 months, and we're just coming. And this is our first this season first match. And as long as we are winning the match, 85 runs, I'm still okay with it.
Well, you actually made 89 runs. You've given a discount to yourself. Who would you like to dedicate this Player of the Match award to?
I mean, the new captain. We have a new season, new captain, and also the new guys have come. Charu, I think he did tremendously well. I think the partnership we wanted there, and the partnership went really well, and it went till the end. And unfortunately I couldn't finish it off, but overall it was a good game.
Well, that said like a total team man, and very well played, Shahir. You deserved it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Well, that is Mohammad Shahir with a sparkling innings of 89 of just 46. That's all from the post-match award ceremony. Tomorrow we're going to have a day off. We're wishing everyone a very happy Diwali. Please enjoy the occasion. We'll see you back here at the ICC Academy on Tuesday night. Till then, take care and good night.